Shit.
Oh,
Yo!
in the
What up,
Yo! What
Coming
the fuck is up?
bunker today? TeamMUJ quarantining and beaming live stream. We're gonna do a conspiracy edition today. Oh, we're not. We're not against anyone. Someone who's me? That's scary.
Me against who? You aren't supposed to be socially near anyone.
We're not. Hey, this is as far as we are socially right now. We are socially distanced again. If you guys are just new to the motherfucking quarantine and beam stream, this is how we've been doing it here on TeamMUJ. Instead of getting together and doing our weekly wicked web show, we are doing these live streams here on Facebook and YouTube. So shout out to everybody tuning in.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Tonight we are going to have Webmaster Baker joining us from his bunker somewhere in the Midwest, and he will be dropping us some fucking knowledge. You know what I'm saying? If you guys watched our last web show or our last stream last weekend with DJ Chunk, we talked about how we were going to do this conspiracy theory show, and we got it together for you guys. Here it is today. I'm going to be fucking summoning my inner Sam Tripoli to talk this shit with Adam Baker tonight, man. I know he's going to blow our minds. We're going to try to keep it current topic related, but we'll get to that soon in about 15 minutes, half hour or so. We'll bring Webmaster Baker in his green room chilling right now, going over his notes.
I think this could go on for a very long time because I mean, the 20 minutes we spent in the whip that one day was mind-blowing enough. So
yeah, for sure. Webmaster Baker kind of gave me and Jiggy Fresh a taste of some of the things that are going on with his mind or in general, and he's gonna come and talk to you guys about that tonight. So if you guys are into conspiracies, you guys got your own theories, we'd like to hear those. If you guys want to listen to this, we're gonna try not to get off the beaten path and get into conspiracies that don't necessarily have to do with this, because it's weird. If you go back about a decade, you can tie a lot of the conspiracies that have been out there all tie into this big plandemic. But again, man, we'll get to that later. How you guys doing?
We're good, man. We had a little little interaction earlier, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, me and Jiggy touched elbows earlier.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This quarantine thing's getting to me though, bro. Look at this. You can see black on my head again.
Oh shit, he's got fuzz on his head.
I got fuzz, bro.
Holy shit, you do have hair.
My hair.
Hey, when COVID,
grow the mullet.
I'm growing it out until COVID's over with.
But anyway, man,
the beard and everything. I'm not growing the mullet.
Oh yeah, you should, dude. You should have done the mullet. We should have.
You said yourself.
But hey, man, yeah, we touched elbows earlier. We went out to this motherfucking to the liquor store. Today is we're celebrating Indiana craft beer. Yeah. Both of us right now cracking open one from Granger, Indiana, from Bare Hands. Look at that, 574. Those of you guys who are frequent watchers of the TeamMUJ channel and Weekly Wicked Web Show in general, you know that 574 is like another home for us. So it's awesome to drink this beer. We're going to make our trip out there. Jiggy, this is where you got to do the next Fresh Flights as soon as we're able to get out of here, man.
Yeah, Fresh Flights at Bare Hands Brewery and the special sour edition. We're going to go sour note because I want one of the marshmallow boys again.
Hell yeah, that sucks. We haven't been able to find one of those since then. They must be pretty popular.
I think they were like on a limited release thing, like a seasonal thing, so.
We'll have to find out.
Big Will, what up? I don't know who
Big Will, what up though? Hell yeah.
Who this me is
Flint Town. I'm pretty sure that's Adam or Kenny. But yeah, shout out Big Will. Hey, the Murderous Pair, how you guys been? You guys been straight?
Yeah. Hanging in there. Went grocery shopping earlier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out of the house a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it was nice to go grocery shopping earlier. Enjoy the sunshine a little bit more.
What store did you guys go to?
I went to Jewel with Matt's mom.
How was it?
Mm-hmm. Actually, it really wasn't that bad. Like, a lot of people, Jewel has, like, these stickers placed, like, by the deli and stuff.
Yeah, the 6 feet shit.
The 6 foot or 2 cart placement away. And so I noticed that a lot of the workers are being respectful of, like, the people and of each other and stuff, taking the precautions of, like, gloves or a face mask or something.
That's about everywhere now, though. They got those little markers.
Well, shit. At Walmart today,
but the shelves were full though, so that's good.
Everything's back. All that stuff's back to normal. Today at Walmart, it was weird though because they're setting up for tomorrow. They're going to start only 50 people in the store at one time, and then you could only go in one way and you could only come out one way. It was pretty weird walking through there this morning. They were they only have enough carts for how many people are letting in the store. And when I went by the time I got there was no carts left in. And I'd seen this dude I went to school with, and he's like, yeah, man. He's like, you can still go in. He's like, there's just no carts, so I had to carry all my shit in my hands as I was leaving the place. But it was weird, dude. Everyone in masks. I was like, so I could be masked up in Walmart right now and just be filling up my pockets with shit, or what? Like, is that the deal? You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about earlier. Bobby had his, the bandana on. I was like, bro, I don't know if I want to walk up in the liquor store with the bandana. Thinking about to get robbed and shit. So
felt weird as fuck. Like, oh yeah, should I put my bandana on?
Even in there, they had the little side. They had the duct tape down. But the whole thing at Pat's though is such a small place. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's like it's hard. You could only have maybe 4 people in there and stand 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah, and me and Bobby got there. There was like nobody there, and then like we're checking out, and it was like the park. Like it's not a big parking lot either. So people were parked behind each other, side street and shit. It's crazy.
So you brought the party into the liquor store, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
That was.
I forgot it was Friday, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Today we tried to make the best of it and did some fishing. Enjoyed the nice weather. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, I'm like, had to get out of the house just a little bit. Besides the work, and it feels like I'm on house arrest or some shit.
It does, bro.
Work, you know? Yeah.
I took my dogs for a walk today.
Hell yeah.
Got them out the house for a little bit.
Of course, dude, last April sucked. It rained like every fucking day.
It was fucking snowing.
We're off to a great start of April and we're on quarantine and shit. But hey, we can still go outside, so let's get that yak pack together. You know what I'm saying?
I'm down for a yak pack, bro. Like if Sunday's nice, like today we should go. Like
it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be sunny. I don't know how warm it's going to be, but we'll take a look, man. Even if we just go out for a little bit, just
it's supposed to be warm, like
toss the
rods all week.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. So if you guys are just tuning in tonight, we will have Webmaster Baker on the motherfucking weekly or on the quarantine live stream. We're gonna talk some conspiracies. We're gonna kind of talk, I have this weird shit that I'm gonna run on the bottom of the screen for any of you sensitive motherfuckers. But we're just gonna talk about it all. You know what I'm saying? Here at TeamMUJ, we have an open mind, and we know that if you guys are following us, you do too. So tonight we're gonna be talking about all kinds of shit. And if you guys are ready to buckle in and go on that rabbit hole with us, that's fucking awesome.
I got my seatbelt real quick.
Before we even get to that, man, last week we had 2 awesome guests that we were super appreciative to have here on the motherfucking web stream. If you guys missed it, we had super producer. You know him from Ouija Mac albums. You know him from ICP. We had Devro on the Weekly Wicked Web Show. Actually, that wasn't actually a Weekly Wicked Web Show. I don't know if we're going to do any more called the Weekly Wicked Web Show until we're back to normal. I think it's all going to be live stream shit. But then the 2 nights later, we had... Oh, okay.
I think the Rachel is the thing that she threw up the scuba, man. We were just talking about Scuba Steve. She brought in her basement. I think I figured it out.
We had DJ Chunk come in Sunday night, and I felt like, man, we had DJ Chunk talking on this motherfucker, you know?
Yeah, we had him talking,
we did.
I think we were on there with him for at least a half hour.
We learned some things, new band,
I think we learned things.
Check them out because of it.
From both of them, it was really cool hearing like the stories that we got from Devro and we appreciate again them from coming on here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you guys missed them, you can watch both of them either way where you're watching from now. If you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on YouTube, both the videos are up there. About a half. Yeah, dude, we're gonna be burping from these fucking delicious craft beers, so that's how you guys know. But anyway, you guys check those out. Good shit, good conversations. If you're fans of Ouija Mac, you'll get some insight on some Ouija Mac also. Next Saturday night, announcing it here, first time you guys will hear our special guest for next Saturday will be in honor of Family United Not Divided. We're gonna have Carnival Spirits Beastmaster up here chopping it up. I actually just finished the flyer for that. I'll send it to you guys. Let me see if I get
Shout out to Beastmaster, man. Straight up. He been fucking with us for a long ass time.
Oh, you guys can't see it real good, but at that Beastmaster. Got that Beastmaster flyer getting ready to come your guys' way. We're going to drop that Sunday for you guys. And we don't have a time for it. We got the date. It'll be next Sunday, the 9th. And we'll have it here and on our YouTube channel with motherfucking Beastmaster. And we got a lot of love for Beastmaster and everyone over there at Carnival Spirits. They've always kind of
shout out to Don Chaos today too, man. He had his 100th episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast.
Hell yeah.
So shout out to Don Chaos for that.
Yeah, I got to peep a little bit of that for a while. I want to just stop in there. That's pretty big. Over 3 years, did 100 shows. That's pretty badass. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty dope.
Shout out to motherfucking Don Chaos. Hell yeah.
What's Sunday? I don't know. Jordan said, guess what Sunday is?
What's Sunday?
What is Sunday?
This Sunday? I don't know about this Sunday.
I don't know about Sunday. So that me might not be Scuba, Steve, might not be Rachel. They just said, no, that's for diving in. So
that's for diving in because we're going on this deep dive here tonight.
He's diving in.
So we know who that is then. I knew it was him already. I feel like that stream above me is fucking my head up, but I added that new fund over there. You guys like that?
I liked it.
Nice.
I likes it.
We'll see how it looks when we get Webmaster Baker and this motherfucker, man. But yeah, dude, there's some new live streams on tonight. I know last week we talked about some of the live streams that were going on, so we'll try to share whatever goes on this weekend on our page. Shaggy and the Creep will probably be coming in right now, and that's why none of you motherfuckers are watching us. But
we're trying to steal our shine.
Super important that dropped today from our motherfucking homie Jigsaw Killa.
7 months.
Is 8 months old.
Okay,
hell yeah. Congratulations. Also, congratulations to Jigsaw Killa on dropping his Ravens EP.
Oh yeah, go cop that shit.
Cop that shit for sure. At least go peep it on SoundCloud. It should be on Apple Music and Spotify sometime tonight. Shout out to our homeboy Jigsaw Killa, man. And earlier he was asking us some of our favorite tracks on it. And then even still do, like I was saying, saying my favorite tracks, but then I keep listening to this Imperfections joint, and it is so dope though also.
Imperfections was dope. The Morbid Bitch was dope. The Bray Wyatt, like we talked about it, like you said it right before I could have, the Bray Wyatt shit was fine.
Oh yeah.
And then,
Morbid Bitch is super dope then too, for sure.
And then what was that Dropping Bomb? So what was it called? I can't remember now.
Time Bomb.
Yeah, Time Bomb, that's what it was. That shit was fire too.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't, make sure you guys check it out on SoundCloud now. Like a Bomb, yeah, my bad.
Like a Bomb.
My bad, Jigsaw. Hey, shit's dope as fuck.
Hey, it just dropped today, bro. We're still getting familiar with the tracks.
Yeah, right? This shit today. Shout out Rachel is watching. Jordan and Jiggy, you guys got to celebrate by taking me out to dinner on your guys' 7th month then, all right? You know what I'm saying?
We're on quarantine, bro. We do this, we'll live stream like this. We'll have a little dinner or some shit.
Yeah,
it's 7 months, man. It's not 8.
Well,
it's
whatever.
October, so
7
November,
months.
December, January, February, March, April. It's only 6 months.
Yeah. Don't get ahead of yourself.
She's getting ahead of it. Chill out.
You guys don't get ahead of yourself because you guys got to take me out to dinner for every month or whatever. But yeah, shit. It sounds like coronavirus.
Don't you even? No.
Hey, you gotta put one in her head, bro. That's the only way to stop this shit.
Yeah, dude, you can't let it spread, bro. Look at the flowers.
I'm trying.
Oh shit.
I better get flowers first, at least. Shit.
I'm gonna sneeze in Matt's face real quick. We're gonna watch the turn happen.
Live here.
I know in our last stream we had Fidel Castro. It's really good to know that Fidel Castro does not have coronavirus.
Yes, so that's dope. Shout out to our homie that's been cleared of that.
We'll be coming to see you as soon as it's all over, man. I know as it's gonna get played out. The more we have to deal with this fucking virus shit every week, coming here and talking to it. It sucks that we have to keep talking about it. It sucks that it is like
that's the only thing going on right now. Like, there's it's nothing else, man. I mean, you got, like we talked about earlier, they had all these guys doing these concerts and shit. Also, I didn't know if I meant to talk to you about that earlier, that Mayday put out that little live EP. Did you see that?
The live at the Sugar Shack?
Yeah, at the Sugar Shack. I checked that. That was pretty good. They had Run Up live, so it was dope. Yeah, I think it's only like four or five tracks. Not crazy.
You know what's cool is that stream that they did last week. If you still donate, they'll send you a link to that, and you can do whatever with that link or with the file. So,
we can upload it on here.
I think we could share it here or on Twitch.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. and then just do it as like how Fidel Castro was talking about how he has the rights to share that anime thing on his Twitch channel, and he does it or whatever. I think that's what we should do if we could get the rights to that and play it. I don't know if they'll let us, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Who's still alive?
What do you mean?
Fidel.
Me said, oh, Fidel, yes, Fidel's still
I think
alive.
that was mentioned as we were mentioning Fidel.
Oh yeah, Fidel is still alive.
Castro.
He joined us on the stream last time. I'm sorry, Adam, I didn't see that. I covered up over this comment, and then I meant while I was going to jump or throw LODs on there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for LOD to get that so we can grab that grab it on Apple, man. I'm waiting for it to drop tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
I got it on the SoundCloud though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I blame Carol Baskin too, that fucking bitch.
That fucking bitch, Carol Baskin.
Fucking bitch, Carol Baskin. I blame her for all this, and I'll continue to blame her for this. You know what I'm saying? I was off. I almost jumped off the whole being excited about Joe Exotic shit at the beginning of the week.
You can't, bro. I mean,
but then I listened to this podcast,
and Joe Exotic.
And it was great, dude. There's this. Let me see what this other podcast shit is, and I'll tell you guys. If you guys listen to podcasts at all, it gives you another angle of this whole
Rachel.
Joe Exotic shit. It's called Wondery Presents Joe Exotic the Tiger King. And the podcast of it is good, dude. There's some good shit in there. Some shit that was already in the documentary, but it's good.
I just watched some shit with
It was super methed up.
I just watched some shit with Doc Anno on some radio interviews, how he was explaining how they put a bunch of shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like it was supposed to be this documentary and ended up being this fucking circus show that was way off of what the topics were supposed to be about it. So it was fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, I figured it was, man. I figured it was, but still, I want.
I mean, yeah,
it was super entertaining.
It was definitely.
I would rather it went that way than some I don't know. If it would have went any other way, it might not have been as good. The way that it went, the way that they portrayed it was super good. So
hey, if Joe Exotic fed old girl to a tiger, that'd have been dope. You know what I'm saying?
That bitch Carol Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskin. Look, I found my pin to throw on there because I ain't put on my hat no more.
Oh, hell yeah.
G-Con pin.
Oh, shit.
I had nowhere else to put it, so.
It matches that vest though good, too.
It does. It kind of goes. I wish they would have fucking found that Ouija pin they were supposed to send me, but it got lost in the sauce.
James Fiend just never sent it. No,
he said it was in the bag or something, or when he gave it to Kristen, it might have got fucking lost in the mix somewhere, dropped or something.
I searched the bag that he gave me, and I searched my con bag to see if it got mixed up in there, and I couldn't find a thing.
Well, I actually kept it, and then I threw it as far as I could, so that I was like, I can't have it. If
no one can.
No, he told me he was gonna look in his
That's that motherfucking Bobby Blaze over there.
Through his sewing shit, you know what I'm saying, where he keeps all his
Bobby Blaze. Hell yeah.
That's just the dope pin I wanted, though. That shit was fucking sick. I think they still got him online somewhere.
Shout out James Fiend, man.
Yeah.
I gotta send him some Dickies, because I'm still hoping for this gathering, so I want to send him the Dickies.
I was at Walmart like last week, and they had, remember them old school Dickie shirts that were like, they were red with the black in the middle, but they were like half and half. They got those again, dude. The black and gray ones, and they got the black and red ones.
Hey, Matt Murderous.
I almost copped them.
Last time I let Erwin in the house, he was supposed to bring you an old red and black Dickies shirt like that I have that has the Hatchet Man stencil on the back of it.
Oh, he did?
He left it here, though. Yeah, he forgot it here, but I have it at my house for you.
Man, Murder was like, oh, he was. I never seen that motherfucker.
So yeah, you could.
He's like, I'm gonna have to.
You could have it. I got
bring his ass over here.
I wore it like to the gathering 1 year, but like I don't. Once I threw that Hatchet Man on it, I only wore it like one time. So you could have it if you want. It's more your steez. It's a little big. It's like extra large or something, so it's a little bit bigger, but still.
Oh yeah.
You get some custom work shirts.
Yeah, last time I let him in the house because it's coronavirus, and I'm just not letting people in my house, especially somebody who has a job as social as Erwin's. You know what I'm saying? Where he's going to do a bunch of dirty places. I'm sure. You know?
Just leave it at the doorstep, bud.
Today I had him leave it at the doorstep. It was like, here, just leave it at the doorstep.
Hey, you need kind of like one of them little fucking like the mail slots in your door. So you just fucking lift it up and
little sliding door.
I have it go outside, so it sits out there for a while, and then I spray it down with some Lysol and then bring it in. You know.
I know he says you can learn something from his ecology.
I actually told her when I was like, Erwin, rub the side of your nose and then rub my face. And he did, and now I'm like cured of all my diseases.
Wow. I know Ken Dog asked earlier how these beers were. Hey, bare hands, Ken. Dope shit, man.
Top notch.
Pretty good shit. Top notch, for real. Everything we've tried so much pretty good. Bobby liked their milkshake shit. I didn't like their.
Dude, maybe it was just like, I don't know. Maybe it was like later in the night for you and you didn't like it or something, because I thought it was delicious, bro.
Bro, I went back to the place at 10:30.
I know, like, but maybe you like wore yourself out and you were like super thirsty and you went to go have something and you're like, I need something refreshing, and it just wasn't it.
It was before the wear out, right?
I
tried it when we got back, and it was, I don't know. It was too like
too raspberry.
Yeah. It was like too too fruity. Like it wasn't like the milkshakey, like other milkshake styles I've had before.
Yeah, I hear you. I guess, you know what I'm saying? I kind of dug it, but, you know, it's whatever. If you guys are tuning in right now and you guys see the description, it does say that we are diving deep into the motherfucking rabbit hole here on this quarantine. If you look in the background, you can see we're actually in the bunker now. In our own individual bunkers, though. Yeah.
I'm literally underground right now.
Yeah, straight up.
In the corner.
So we're gonna bring Webmaster Baker in very soon. We're gonna talk some shit. Really, the idea is to let Webmaster Baker talk and school us as much as possible. I will be trying to channel my inner Sam Tripoli and get real hype and egg him on a bunch of things that I know or that I believe to be true also, and I'm sure the rest of Team MUJ will. I know Matt Murderous and Lotus Nixon wanted to take a dive on some bizarro conspiracies, and we all love any kind of conspiracy around here. So if you are into some bizarro conspiracies, after we get done with Webmaster Baker, we want to hear your guys' favorite conspiracies that you dive into or that you believe into in the comments. I know Lotus Nixon and Matt Murderous. I know Matt Murderous said he was on a deep dive today, like a binge on YouTube. So we'll see what he pulled out of that shit there. I know we're going to try to keep this, and we might get pulled off YouTube for even saying this. We're going to try to keep this coronavirus exclusive. What it's covering, what's really going on, what's behind the scenes, how this could have started, things like that. Adam says he's not going to go full Adam Jones or Alex Jones. But I probably will. I was listening to the Alex Jones and Sam Tripoli podcast today to kind of juice myself up a little bit. And my voice is a little raspy. I have been smoking a lot, so I maybe get my Alex Jones in here. But I think I'm going to get more Sam Tripoli and just start talking about Hillary being a bitch and all these crazy things and all this stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what goes on. As we get ready for this, we will be airing a new ticker on the bottom of the screen for those of you who do get sensitive. Just go ahead and take that. We are going into this conversation and spitting these theories with an open mind, and we hope that you guys do as well. Webmaster Baker, whenever you're ready for us, you can go ahead and follow that link and we'll join you in the room. Everybody else who's in this motherfucker, man, thank you for tuning in to our Quarantining and Beaming live stream. We've been doing these for the last few weeks as we deal with this fucking quarantine virus type shit. So we appreciate everybody who is stuck at home and they're tuning into us. Tonight might be a different type of show for you guys because we're not bringing on super producer Devereaux. We're not bringing on motherfucking DJ Chunk. We're talking straight scary ass conspiracies. So make sure you guys, get signed. Blood sucking vampires.
I gotta suit up. I think this shit's about to get crazy. So I gotta.
Oh yeah, I hear you, brother.
Gotta protect my neck.
We will be getting into the interplanetary child molesters. And our reptile overlords that are turning the frogs gay and all that other good stuff. I'm sure I don't know what we're going to get into, guys. I just hope that you guys are buckled in, ready to fucking go. when you guys are done with this, man, make sure you guys check out our last few streams. I was looking at our YouTube page, and man, it's been a while since we've done a real Weekly Wicked web show, and I cannot wait to do one, man.
Hey, I can't wait till we're actually able to be out of these bunkers and
hell yeah,
not bumping elbows and
put my arm around Matt Murris, making him feel all uncomfortable and stuff when we're on the show.
I can't wait to cough in your guys' faces.
Yeah.
Who knows when that'll be though, man? Like
I can't wait to lick your forehead.
You know, oh yeah, for sure. I can't wait to that whole meaty 6 inches. But yeah, we're about to bring Webmaster Baker into the motherfucking Quarantine and Be live stream. Actually, I just heard the notification that he is in the green room. Shout out Webmaster Baker. Hell yeah.
What up, bro?
He's going to be back there getting himself situated. I think it's really cool, actually, when you wait in the waiting room for this, because you could still watch the whole show then. While
I might need to go grab another beer here soon.
If you want to grab yours now, I'll just leave your phone there, and I'll just talk and bring Adam out, and then when I go, you got to talk to Adam while I
go ahead and bring him out now. I can wait. Yeah. I'm a little halfway, but
all right, man. For those of you guys,
I take my phone with me because I'm gonna have to be smoking.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna have to bounce out a little bit, but
that's right.
Anyway,
for those of you guys tuning in to the Quarantine live stream here with TeamMUJ, we're about to bring our homie Webmaster Baker. A lot of you guys probably met him at the gathering with us. You guys seen him in pictures. You guys heard us talk about him. He is our homie. Anonymity is his name. So we will not be running social media channels for him on the bottom of the screen, but we're going to run a warning on the bottom instead. But we're about to bring him into this motherfucker. Our boy, Webmaster Baker. You guys know him and love him. Give him a fucking at home, stand up and give him a round of applause. Yeah.
What's going on?
What's up, dog?
Yo.
Of course, his shit looks so super crisp.
Looks nice.
I know, right?
I'm not even 720p, all right? I'm in standard def.
Webmasters, goddamn Webmasters.
I think I'm like 420. I need to throw on my shadow box back there.
Give you a little bit more background.
I'm actually using the shadow box to hold up this fucking phone stand right now.
Hell yeah.
Let's hold the glass.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, man, thank you for coming by, dude. We appreciate that shit.
I've been cracking up over here, just laughing and shit.
Well, this is what we do, man.
Apparently, that's why people watch us, because they laugh at our bullshit. I don't know what's so entertaining about it. You know what I'm saying?
Either we're funny or funny looking, but either way, we'll say
a little bit.
I mean, shit. You've been dealing with this for about 20 years, so I don't see how I can still be entertaining to you guys, but appreciate it.
Yeah, but you guys are all like, oh, first time on a webcam or whatever. You know, I'm not saying that, but I fucking lived on computers forever. So, like, I'm super hype about it. You guys are in my domain now.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to bring that's why I wanted to bring you out here, man. We knew that really this is your domain. We really want, you to be more part of some of these things to kind of school us, as we're kind of, new. The live thing we are definitely new to. We kind of really just started doing these lives once this quarantine shit happened.
Sure.
But we like this the way that we do it here, and we can bring multiple people in here to talk about things, so that's pretty fucking cool.
I'm actually super impressed, because this is better than what I was trying to put together for the website. Like, it's just, but herein is the trick. You already get me started. You guys are using other people's platforms, giving them your data, your access, your information to make it work. Fuck that, because that's how they use it against you someday. And I'm not that crazy. I'm not that paranoid, but I work in this shit, and I know how easy it is to take advantage of people.
I don't know if you can see the description of the video, but it says cybersecurity expert.
I do have a degree, but right now I'm currently a cloud architect. Right?
We have cybersecurity expert Webmaster Baker on here.
It sounds so much better than what
it totally does. You know what I'm saying? Like,
cybersecurity.
Not to shit on you at all, but like our last two guests were like, pretty big people in the underground, so we had to like hype you up and at least say you were a cybersecurity expert or something.
Cybersecurity of the world, crazy.
Whatever you want to call it, man. I'm just me. A little bit fucking crazy, but hey, what ain't,
Yeah, man. Well, this bringing you on here for this reason, I guess is a long time coming. But me and Jiggy Fresh and Pink Malenko, Jordan over there were in the ride with you a couple weeks ago, and you really got into some serious topics that when we went back and did our own research on, found that were a
little fucked up.
Basically, there was like strong evidence for everything that you were saying. So
you scared the shit out of my girl.
I didn't mean to, and
she went home
I barely touched on it. I barely touched on it. I didn't even draw like a map for you guys. I just like randomly blathered shit out that would require you
He's
to
like,
go
I
and
didn't
do.
fully scare you though.
Well, see, this is the problem, right? Like, and I was talking to my buddy about it earlier. Never believe anything you hear, right? Because forget like just that word, break it down, right? Whatever you're hearing is coming from one of two sources. Somebody you know, which usually like wraps that in an idea of like somebody you trust, you love, you care about, who you would believe, who wouldn't just make bullshit up to you. So you have an implicit bias to align with what somebody you know is telling you. The other avenue is that you're hearing something from any source of media, and all media is completely compromised, owned, controlled, and just incorporated at this point. So that's never true. Like you just, that's its own fucking 2-hour segment right there. But only ever believe that which you can prove to yourself to be true. Do your own research, look into some shit.
Right.
Form your own conclusions is one of the things that
exactly.
It's really what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I heard this, but I heard this a while back, and it was always you know, always listen to everything, but believe nothing you hear.
Right.
Always do your own research and make your own conclusions. You know what I'm saying?
You can almost tune out, and that's the irony of me talking and blah blah right now. You're hearing it from this dude. So, and I just told you to not believe anything you fucking hear. So how does that make any sense? But it's just the nature of these things, man.
But you bring up something good though by saying that. Okay, so if you're telling us, you know, don't believe anything we hear, and it's really hard to find real, you know, news that you can actually trust and believe, but you're telling us things. You're going to tell us things that you didn't just read in one spot, that you did serious research on, or at least looked farther into, right?
Do you want to be the asshole that is saying the most ludicrous things ever without like real substance to back that up? Because like imagine you launching off on a tangent about like some global conspiracy for XYZ reason and making everybody's like, what the fuck? They're looking at you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to know you. Oh my god!
Shout out Looney. I'm sorry, dog.
What up,
that's
bro?
Our first time ever. Looney.
Why is he on the internet?
Even in this shit, the social.
Why is he even in there?
Right, Looney. Awesome. Shout out, fucking Looney.
He's got a picture and a name. He's got a picture and a name.
I know.
It
says his full name, dude. It says his full name in this bitch. For those who don't know, when we first met Looney, he was like off the internet completely.
When you were in quarantine, you had nothing better to do than join us fucking scrubs on here. Rachel,
hey, shout out Looney.
Good looking out, Rachel.
You're top of the list of people we gotta see once this shit's over, man. For real, bro.
Definitely.
Seriously. Yes. Hey, shout out. I'm sorry, Adam, but hey, like. Really, we brought you here because, like you said, you know, like we were saying, we talked to you in the car a couple weeks ago, and you were saying a lot of stuff to us. Last week, we talked to our boy DJ Chunk, and in the middle of this conversation, he's like, you know, but like, what do you guys really believe about this coronavirus shit? And it brought up the whole reason why we have you on here tonight.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Whatever. I mean,
if you don't mind, I want you to kind of just. You pick a spot where to start. Coronavirus, what's really going on, or what's going on behind the scenes, what's led up to this. Just jump in somewhere and kind of take us down this hole, man.
See, but that is part of the trick. You literally can't start anywhere but a beginning, but the beginning can go 1,000 different ways, and depending on how you start that beginning is going to keep your audience or lose them thinking you're fucking insane.
Well, I'm gonna...
Do you? Okay, wait. Yeah. Let me ask you guys something. If there was like decades, centuries long conspiracies at play in our modern world, despite how far out there they sound, what do you think? Like, what do you think is the motivating factor behind something that would carry on agendas that would carry on that long?
Easily power and control. And control for sure.
Power.
You know,
it's what I mean. I think it falls in the same category. Power, you control, and everything.
You can control a lot with fear.
But you guys all said power and control. What dictates power and control?
Fear, bro. I'm telling you, because like
sure,
like a lot of the shit, like I've even seen earlier. I had posted some little meme thing I seen. It was like, you know, there were really the weakest link, because here these people are out here overstocking on
fear is an effect.
Shit that they don't need.
I saw that.
You know what I'm
saying? Fear is a
and
desired result, though, right?
Right.
What dictates
money
and control? Exactly. So
class, by keeping people poor and needing.
Yep. See, but those
help.
are modern ways of looking at it. Where did money start? You know what I mean? As we understand it, what really is money other than numbers in a bank account or some bills in your hand?
Piece of paper, But I mean,
do you know where that started?
Currency's been around. I mean, trading and shit. Trading has been some kind of currency forever. But
explicitly, do you understand? Do you guys like?
Tell
you
us, bro.
Heard the terms 1,000 times, like central banks.
Yeah. For
global
sure.
banks, certain family names and stuff.
It
comes back to the concept of, however you want to pronounce it, usury. Lending people money because you have so much money that like the act of doing it is implicitly evil. Like, they can't pay it back, and you will have them, you will own them. That is where that concept started in like the 12th century, right? Did I lose you guys?
No, you're good.
No.
I think
their background.
Theirs was really loud in the back or something. I don't know. It's super quiet as soon as they went mute, but it's all good. You guys keep it that way for a minute.
So does it sound so far out there to think that, right? Who were the first groups of people, families, lineages to capitalize on the process of money? Who had enough capital to start creating systems like
back before the show started? We were talking about Rockefellers and stuff, but go
Rockefellers are relatively newer though.
So go ahead.
Like Rothschilds.
The Rothschilds for sure. Who started that central banking type stuff?
It was like what, 13th, 14th century or something that. At that point, the world wasn't globalized enough that you could just cross borders and find an interpreter and communicate with people in other countries and stuff. So those families, as legend has it or whatever, had multiple sons who went out to multiple branches of different countries, or not branches. They spread out throughout Europe into different regions or whatever countries or established states or whatever they were at the time, and started working alongside like lords and royalty, because they had accrued money because they'd been practicing usury, whatever you want to call it, for like 200 years at that point, and hoarding profits like back into them. Once they started doing that, they started getting like countries beholden to them, to where the most influential and powerful and decision-making people had to do what they had to say. Otherwise, those people in those positions would lose their power or their money or their freedom or whatever you want to call it, I mean, that's really where it started.
And that started just keeping the masses in fear and out of power.
That's the path, though. But I mean, these are the after effects of these best laid plans. Things that so long in advance. Because
let's go at least like let's go 60 years. Let's go once this other shift of this power went, like, around the time of the Kennedy assassination, where we led into the power shift that we have now.
That comes back to like the early 1900s and the establishment of like the Federal Reserve. This depends on what you want to believe.
And wouldn't that involve like
you break
the stuff together? In a sense.
Well, but it goes further than that. Like, the whole reason I brought that point up is the term conspiracy theory, literally, like, its first records was on court documentation about people being sued in like the mid-late 1800s or whatever, because at that point in time, for hundreds, 4, 5, 6, 700 of years, there had been all kinds of money lending practices in international entanglement, to where people could start holding like society changing money at play. So here you fast forward hundreds of years where all of this stuff has been put together, and you've got a lot of stuff that poured in the United States. As it relates to COVID current, there is a lot of places online you can search that'll point you that this is the grand design of a lot of a lot of different conspiracies at play that have been in the works for a long time, from all kinds of things, all avenues. There is,
when you really look at it, it does seem like a culmination of a lot of these conspiracies, to where things are happening now that seem like they've been laid into play at least in the 60s or 70s. Rockefeller was writing op-eds about communism and how he was going to send a lot of money to China back in the 70s. And you look forward to what's happening now with China and how they're putting themselves into position to be the dominant superpower. So
back to what I said earlier about what you hear, that right there, that's just what everybody's hearing. Magicians, sleight of hand tricks, what do? They distract you with one hand while they do something with the other that you're not looking at. Everything that you hear on the top is just the approved monologue. It's the path to go with. They can pit us against Russia, China, ourselves, wherever the fuck. Hiding in the bushes.
Hold up.
But it's so many layers deeper than that. And to start diving into, like, not the what is happening, because we're seeing all sorts of manifestations of that. It's the why.
Yeah, man.
To even get into the why
break into that why. Break into that current why. Give me the last 10 years of what and to why. You know what I'm saying? I think we have to keep it modern here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
really, we have to keep it modern. And if we know at least this, we know a lot of these plays have been going on for at least the last decade or before even. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of these things that people have been talking about are really happening now, are rolling out even more so now. So give me something that for some of our people who aren't, who have only been around maybe for so long and could go back that far and see these things that have happened to now, and kind of led to where we are at now.
Well, to speed it up, the whole point of the whole money thing is, imagine that going on till the 21st century and how much power is consolidated in a handful of people's hands, decision-making processes. So to go into the idea that, this is all grand conspiracy, is it so insane to think, though, that if like lineages had carried on plans for hundreds of years, they would not reach, the evolved plan that they had reached towards forever? And a large portion of what is happening now is, in a lot of verifiable ways, but it's also connecting dots, correlated to depopulation. You ever heard of the Georgia Guidestones?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it talks about having super low compared to the billions of people on this planet population, the scarcity of resources, and a whole lot of other tenets that would make like the social norms super challenged, because we're all supposed to be perfect. We're all beautiful. We all got to accept each other. We all got to love, which is cool if people will do that, but they won't, and they never will. And if you look at history, never have. That's just fucking life. That's mankind. That's tribalism. It's in our fucking DNA. But something's happening right now, and you can draw it from a lot of different directions. But back to the research thing, you see this stuff about, you guys know about China's social credit score?
Yeah.
It's not like, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is real life in China right now, and it has been for years, where if your social credit score is too low because you didn't hold a door for somebody, or you gave them a bad tip, or whatever the fuck, straight out of Black Mirror, you get deranked. And when you hit certain thresholds, you lose the ability to bank, keep a job, take flights, rent cars, rent hotel rooms.
Yeah, very similar to that Black Mirror episode, who people didn't realize was actually really going on.
It's real, though.
Hey, so, I mean, speaking of that, what do you think about this app that they're saying, this app to, to check in for this coronavirus shit that's supposed to be this mandatory app that they're going to say so that they could track us on this? And you think that's going to be this kind of the beginning of the social score type of app?
Do you know where
system?
that originates? All this technical side of it?
Where's that?
What do you think? Bill Gates,
Bill
right?
Gates, who's the starter of this pandemic. This is the juice. This is the meat that I want of this conversation. Bill Gates starting this pandemic, This
it's not just Bill Gates.
Event 201 that everyone's talking about now. You know what I'm saying? And if you're barely into conspiracies, I'm sure that you've scrolled the internet and you've seen someone telling you to at least look up this Event 201. With that, I mean,
you can find Craigslist ads of it still like archived on people's websites. With
for those who don't know, what is that exactly, Adam?
What's that?
This Event 201, this simulation that they wanted.
It was a mock scenario of playing out a pandemic.
I'm gonna grab a beer. You guys go into detail. Go in detail for everyone who's watching who doesn't know.
It was like in the fall of last year, advertised
October of last year,
and organized, and then it happened. Every time there's like super suspicious stuff too, there's always, and that's what's so ridiculous about it. Like you look at the government and all these systems and control, and it's people with power gone to their heads, so they're not so conscious about like getting caught because they think everybody's just going to believe their shit. But anybody with like technical background knowledge can look at something and be like, you're throwing buzzwords out that don't correlate. Like everything I do, with IT, I could throw out a sentence with you guys. It would make you think I know all kinds of shit. And if anybody knew what I was talking about, it would be like, that dude is full of complete shit. That makes no sense what he just said, kind of thing. That's what happens,
So with that going on, I mean, they got basically put this simulation that went in play, and it's basically exactly what's happening right now. And Bill Gates and his wife, they've had this whole thing that they've been planning this for years, essentially. Then
it's farther than him. It's his dad. Do you know anything about his father?
He was into eugenics. I did know some things about that. You guys don't know, about eugenics, keeping like pure bloodlines.
Think about this though.
Like
what
that.
I was saying earlier about the Rothschilds,
like
some
the
of the original,
yeah,
some of the original moneylenders, and his father has pictures with David and David Jr. Rothschild, like from the 40s and 30s and stuff. I don't want to say he's a founder because I don't want to sound that foolish. I'm not 100%, but he was basically one of the top level echelon of Planned Parenthood, and a lot of people think
so they get the stem cells of those babies. Then
a lot of people think the opposition to Planned Parenthood is just out of like some bigotry, racism, misogyny, blah blah blah. It's like, no, look at Margaret Sanger, look at the history of this shit, and understand what this.
It was so these
shit was created on.
Yeah, so they can get
these people said 50, 60, 40, whatever years ago, and nobody does. And you go, oh, that's weird. Why is like the creator of Planned Parenthood obsessed with the idea of depopulating the Negro? But nobody cares, and everybody's mad at anybody that like has a problem with any kind of thing that touches Planned Parenthood. It's like a national tragedy when that stuff pops in the news.
Right.
It just attracts viewers and stuff. And I'm not even trying to get on a pedestal about Planned Parenthood either. I'm just saying it's just one of those things that like there's keywords that you hear that whip people into a frenzy. Take it to Twitter, take it to Facebook, hashtag whatever the fuck the term is, and that's what just stirs bullshit. And
after we left that day with you, and I had heard some of these, known FBI pedophile lingo or whatever, but when we left that conversation with you that day and we went to Twitter and we seen Madonna talking in code,
looking like she's like 50 or 45 or something.
Well, I mean, she's
Madonna's
like
60, bro.
Madonna's like 60 though, so she's
in her 60s.
Dude, she had new skin.
She did look different. Things looked really weird. The things she was saying was very weird. And it's just so weird here that you had said that, and then we go look it up, and it's not like it's a lot of bullshit. I mean, if you guys are listening right now and you guys are watching right now,
look at these
this is stuff that you can go look back up.
So I deal with the internet. I work in the internet, and in the last couple of weeks, from the uncensored nature of search engines and algorithms and access, I've had to deal with a lot of shit from customers and ourselves and our internal systems being pre-built on, certain denials and acceptances, things popping online. You're like, at the same time, all this other stuff's going on. Like search Google, you can look up things that have not been allowed to be seen. They never deleted anything.
What do you think about these CEOs then that have all been? I want to know I want to know what really.
No, they're not. I don't think all of them are in on it because you've got like Bed Bath and Beyond CEO or whatever.
I'm really trying to get your thoughts on what you think is happening now. What is the play that is going on right now, in your opinion? You know what I'm saying? Because I told you mine, and I'll tell you mine again. But what do you think is the play going on here?
Right now, it's study. It's a gaslighting attempt to see how far they can push it this time before the next real event comes along. This is real enough, but this isn't real enough, like not compared to what can happen. So this is intel. This is gathering time period to see how the world reacts, and depending, they can switch it right back to how it was, or they can continue going the other way. But as you guys probably see, nobody's taking this seriously like they want you to.
Oh.
What will probably have to happen is mass media releasing all kinds of super vivid imagery of dead bodies and mass burnings and all this kind of stuff to whip people into a point of like, okay, take all my rights.
Like what's going on in Ecuador.
Yeah. Well, you see shit like in the streets of Mexico and shit, and like she said, Ecuador and shit, where they're burning these bodies in the streets, bro. And then like even the dude that had filmed the shit from New York with them putting these bodies in the back of these freezer trucks. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, like, hey, in the summer in Chicago, they have those freezer trucks outside of fucking Cook County, bro.
Yeah.
Because people fucking die every day, and sometimes they don't have room for them inside these morgues.
But you know what? This COVID-19 ain't shit.
You guys can't
compared to everything else out there.
The news is definitely doing a good job scaring people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, you can't base it on that, but I mean,
because I mean, some of these videos,
it's the imagery that gets people like, oh shit, like this is fucking this is out of control.
Real,
like,
you know what I'm saying?
We have to stop doing. We gotta
do our shit. Having us guilt each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, that person coughed, or oh, you're outside, or can you believe those people took their kids out? Crazy shit like that. Where it is
exactly.
They're seeing how much we will put up with and how quick we can turn on each other. You know what I'm saying? This all has to be some kind of social test then to really see. I mean, they're like how you were talking earlier, Jiggy, about what your nephew was saying. They know that we'll probably be locked down for 4 months, but they have to tell us 30-day increments because we're not going to take. We won't take 4 months, but we'll take 30 days at a time.
So look, we have,
and it's just showing how much more they can get away with. Like they're more. They took away all of our fun, and they took away our concerts like that. They tell you what's essential like that. They tell you if you're an essential worker like that. Or how quick they can tell you they control you, and this has to be. I mean, for that reason, ultimately it's about power and control. This has to be the biggest power control play there is, right? I mean,
well, so think about it. Like we're all getting money. We're gonna get $1,200, but do you guys know it's going to be taxed and deducted from next year's taxes?
Oh yeah.
Then I don't want it because I don't need it right now. So I don't want
me either. But I'm lucky and blessed and happy and thankful.
If you're gonna do this shit, I'd rather you just not text me at all right now.
Yeah, I don't need it, so don't give it to me and fuck me over next year. But
I'm not.
That's like 37 or 38% of this bill is going to the people. Now the rest does go to businesses, and it's arguable, and it's not 100% scrupulous, but at the same time, if we are left with anything other than Walmart, Amazon, Target, etc., we need something like this to keep businesses afloat.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it will save some small businesses, but really it's gonna save those businesses that have been bailed out before. The airlines just got bailed out like 6 months ago, and they fucking fucked off all that money, and now they got bailed out again. And as soon as it's all over, we're gonna be paying fucking $400 for our flights to Florida again. You know what I'm saying? Like
the same thing like we talked about earlier with the gas, bro. Like now it's $1.69. Everybody's
it's gonna go down fucking nowhere. So much lower. It is
but once this is all over,
high compared to what the cost.
$4. You know what I'm saying?
But once it's all, me and Bobby were talking about it earlier. Once it's over, everybody's geeked out that it's $100 or $1.69 is under $2.
No,
holy shit,
that ain't shit. Do you know how much cost a barrel of oil is right now?
But once the shit is over with, it's gonna go back up.
They're going to keep dropping it. They're going to keep dropping on us, but I bet you once this is all done, to make their fucking greedy profits back, they're going to fuck us. We will always catch the bottom of it. The end of
That's how I feel about it.
Listen, though. You guys know how 2008 and the economy, 2008, the crash, blah, blah, blah. It's referenced. And we were all, early, mid-20s at that point. we didn't have the same concept that we could possibly have now. People are going to talk about 2020 in 20 years.
Yeah.
This has not even
our
began.
Kids are going to be this is going to be a history thing.
Yeah.
And when my kids are older, our kids are older. Jonas be in high school.
Whatever advantage
my kids
we
will
got
be middle high
shafted
school.
on.
This shit is going to be
the scary part about this is that here, me and Jiggy are talking optimistically. When this is all said and done, we know we're going to get fucked on prices. But Adam's saying, sit down, motherfuckers, because this ain't going to be done for a long time. You know that.
They might have to keep it like that.
This isn't the beginning. This is just the beginning of us being fucked.
It's all about, because we still do have the last threads of like individuality and power and vote and count and matter in this country. We're the last and only country on earth where the citizen counts as much as anything else. And it is rigged, but they still do count votes. Like, it's fucked up. That helps sway how things are going to be manipulated from there, kind of thing. Like, everything goes with the flow, you know, to keep the masses in line. Because when the masses start to unite, what do? They inject divide and conquer. That's the basics of it. You know, keep us separated at the most base levels, from gender to sexuality to race. Like, make it the first and foremost thing, and anything that will drive a wedge between everybody collectively saying what the fuck is happening.
Even this year, like we were just saying, this coronavirus has put a wedge in between people. This social distancing shit, again, you know, I keep talking about a day that it's going to be over, but I think it's going to kill handshakes. It'll kill kisses on the cheek. It'll, you know, it's going to kill a lot of the way that things that we were just, you know, that we did regularly.
The norm.
Are going to change, because it's going to put that into people's heads, you know, where we were saying how, you know, the divide and conquer. People right now, if they hear you cough or sneeze, like we heard Kristen sneeze, oh shit,
you get charged with terrorism if you sneeze in the supermarket.
Well, like Bobby said though, man, like with the whole kissing and handshake thing, like I know Bobby might know, I'm not saying anything you guys don't, but like the Hispanic families, bro, it's a lot of hugs, a lot of, you know, kisses on the cheeks, bro. Like,
I know about you,
my uncles, my grandparents, you know what I'm saying, my aunts and uncles, all this shit. Like when I see them, it's hugs,
a kiss on the cheek,
you know, a kiss on the cheek. I love you, and it's the whole family. Like you can't leave the party or the get together without, hey, all right, Theo, I'll see you later.
Has anybody in your family been sick?
No, not lately. No.
See, herd mentality, sharing it around. That's like caveman level.
That's what I was saying.
Nowadays.
My thought on that is that people like us, our age and healthy,
we hug.
Should be quarantined. Our parents and the seniors and stuff, they should be the ones who are on quarantine. We go out, we be around each other, create that herd immunity, and then boom, this shit's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anybody that has a kid from now on is fine. Their kid's gonna be immune from COVID.
We talked about it like at work. Like what they need to do is just let everybody. Hey, if someone's got it, whatever, it's gonna get got. But if someone's gonna get it, let everybody get together, figure out what the fuck is wrong with it, end the shit, dead it, whatever. But like you said, like when my parents do, like when I went out, when I go to the store, like I call my parents every time I go to the store, like, hey, do you guys need anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'll go out, I'll go get you shit. I call my aunt, my grandparents live right here in Portage. It's like, hey, grandma, well, you know, well, I need anything? You guys need anything? I'm out right now, so I'll leave it on the whatever. You want me to leave it on the store?
And see,
on the steps, I'll leave it there.
I feel like the worst
sad thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Adam.
Look, let me just say the sick sad thing is that is the end goal of what is the master plan for our world and our cultures, to divide people, to keep
us away from each other,
to sever those connections.
I believe
that everybody is an avatar in an image that you can talk shit about online.
Yeah.
The government has always wanted to break down a strong family household anyway. They've always wanted to separate the parents from the kids, where they always wanted it to be a single parent household. That's the narrative that they paint in life. Absent fathers type shit. That's what the government wants.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because families, or at the root, men and women and children have roles. Yeah. And despite how unpolitically correct that is, You know, it's the truth. It's our biology. Like
that's what they're doing right now. Like they're separating us from our friends, from our family,
and making us reliant on them.
They're putting memes out saying you're not supposed to let anyone in your own. Even if it's your aunt, uncle, your brother, your sister, you can't let them inside your house right now.
Tell 4-year-olds to call the cops when their uncle shows
This
up.
right here should be all taking place in one.
People are dying alone.
Because we're friends already,
hospital
and
beds.
we're together with each other enough where I believe that if we were sick, then we all have already had it. Because I was seeing you guys, the three of you at least.
Hey,
every
your guys'
week.
immune systems are so compromised from that self-induced malorting that you guys should have been dead by now if you had if this was as serious as it was.
Hey, put that video up on the side right now.
Is it somewhere? I wish I could put it up because I think
I got it.
Hey, bro.
I think it's on our
immune
Instagram.
because I gathered.
But what I'm saying, I mean,
Yeah.
like the whole thing, like you said, though, like even me and Bobby earlier, though, like he got in the car and it was like, hey, do I, you know what I'm saying? Usually me and Bobby, hey, what's up, dog? Hug, do the little dab hug.
We elbowed, bro.
And yeah, we fucking elbowed, and even when we went to your guys' house a couple weeks ago,
I hugged Adam.
I don't care.
Hey, you did. You went deep.
And we hit the same pen.
Yeah, but I'm saying shit like that is like, okay, yeah, we, like you said, we're enough around each other to where it's not like, I mean, I don't want to say we're not taking it seriously, but it's like, dude, if like you said, the herd immunity shit, if we have it, then
like
one of us.
Reed said, it is like chicken pox. Like when they used to have these parties to get their kids the chicken pox to get it out of the way. We should have just got the shit out of the way.
That was the old school way of life that was fine.
Right.
Yeah. Now it's like child abuse where you get separated from your kids for 11 years if you did something like that.
My dad
actually speaking of the whole child abuse things, there's now people pulling shit where they're like, okay, like say that your partner was like a nurse or something like that, but they have control of the kids and you're separated and shit. That other person is now charging that partner because they're like exposing themselves to COVID and it's putting the kid in danger. People are trying to get child custody.
You know where that kind of shit comes from?
Cases
Laws
like that.
enacted by giving the government too much power.
Exactly.
Because nobody would think to care about that, but there's money in that. Look at the fucking Tiger King thing. The Tiger King thing, that dude is actually in jail despite all the evidence to the contrary and all the snitching and all the dirt they had on everybody.
Right.
He's in jail because he was worth the most to take down in lawyer fees and everything else to bring all them people in court. Sure. That prosecutor chick, she got boosted partially through the current trend of like women empowerment and positions of authority kind of shit, as well as he was worth a couple mil to the government versus like the 80 grand they had poured in investigating him. That's all it boils fucking down to.
Good shit.
All it boils down to.
But
otherwise, Carol Baskin's ass would have been in fucking jail.
Fucking bitch. But even
could it be true that all of this is that bitch Carol Baskin's fault?
Look in her eyes, man. Look at her
nuances.
When she talked about her dead husband, she laughed with joy and looked off in the distance. So glad he's gone.
Hey, when she hit us with the fucking, no one sprays cologne on the shoes. You gotta put them in sardine oil. It was over with. She did it, bro. But like, no. Back to what we were saying though, like about the family thing. My dad, he had stopped by here the other day to give, drop us some stuff for the kids. He had went to the store and he had picked up some Pop-Tarts and, little shit for the snacks and shit for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird. Like he came in my house, but he was like, hey, I'm gonna stay by the door. And like my son absolutely loves my fucking dad, bro. So like, it's killing my son not to be. And I was like, Isaiah, hey, come here. Look who's here. And Pine runs up to my dad, and my dad's even like,
no, that's your family.
No, I mean he picked them up and hugged them, but
but your first reaction, it's conditioning, man.
And it's here.
It is because
you don't want to think that, but that's what you think. It's so fucked up.
And it is every day that I think shit like that because I'm at work every day.
Yeah.
And do I want to come home and bring? I'm interacting with. I mean,
you know what you do? You counter that conditioning with reverse conditioning, and you just fucking love people, man.
Oh no, I do. You just like I come home
instead of like
my whole thing is when I come home, the first thing I do, I'll go scrub up real quick, just to be on the safe side. I mean, I know it, but I won't. Hey, shut up. Daddy will hug you. Daddy loves you guys. Let me go.
Yeah, but you know how many people probably right now aren't like even after cleaning trying to get close because they're so conditioned, so browbeaten that they think touching fingertip to fingertip and you're dead kind of thing.
Yeah, that shit's not gonna stop me from hugging my kids, bro. Like fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
guarantee there are people
out
there.
Like, in the house, that's what I'm thinking. You know, like what Jimmy's saying. I come home from work, and that's the first thing. I'm like, hey, Jonas, you know, that motherfucker meets me at the door. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, hey, Dad, I was working. And I'm like, hey, hold on, man. Just let me go ahead. Let me wash up. Let me take the shower or whatever. And then, you know,
the thing,
like
Bobby's saying,
I'm keeping Jonas is at my parents' house almost every week. You know what I'm saying? He'll stay with the boys, and it's been like almost a month where the last time that he's been over there, he had to talk to them from the yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's we're keeping it that safe just in case. You know what I'm saying? That's
right. And we had to do that, like I talked about before. My mom's birthday was the 25th of March, bro. I got off work. I drove by her house. Hey, honked the horn. Hey, Mom, happy birthday. I love you. Blew her a kiss. I can't even go hug my mom. But then, like I know Bobby's sister, you know, she works in the medical field. I got aunts and aunts and cousins and all types of shit that are nurses, and my sister and everything too, and they're all about the same shit. Like, you can't, you know, like
now picture 20 years from now.
Hey, a really cool thing that just happened though. They just signed this act that went into law on the 1st of April, and my sister is going to be off of work, paid until like June 3rd.
Yeah, my sister
family's first Corona fucking something or other.
My sister, she works in.
Jimmy, you probably qualify for it too, dog.
I might. Well, my sister works in Chicago. She works at Larry's Children's Hospital in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's dealing with all kind of shit with the kids and shit. And then I mean, like I see people, my like I said, my aunts, cousins that are all in this medical field that are nurses, and everybody's posting about this shit to where like, hey, you know, you guys got, you know, keep your but I understand their fear too because they're constantly dealing with these people in and out all day.
I have to say that at least we are doing our best as much as we can, other than having to go to work. And then today we saw each other. I've really this is all I've been doing. I'm on fucking house arrest basically. Go to work, come home, shower, and I'm around here. Or
that ain't nothing though to people that do that all day, all the time. Like nothing has changed for my ass. I'm like, okay, the world's melting down.
Well, it just sucks though. I mean, even like we hung out that one weekend, and I felt like anyone who knew about that was like, ugh. You guys were out there spreading the Rona,
right?
Like,
I took Jordan that day to meet my parents, bro. Like it was a whole different thing.
Let somebody yell at me for being and doing anything in the midst of this, and be like, "All right, what are you gonna tell me? Are you gonna? All right, let me argue with you about why you have no idea what you're talking about."
You trying to go kayaking on Sunday, then, Adam?
I will, man. Hell yeah.
Me and Jonas went fishing today.
This guy I worked with today went and bought a kayak. He's a piece of shit, but he went and bought a kayak and told me about it. So I'm like,
you ever seen hands change? Right?
Fuck that guy, but we'll go out together and
we'll made us wash our hands.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, when we came into Rachel's house, she temperatured us.
Kayaking.
She temperatured us and made us wash our hands.
She hit us with the flare gun for 50 yards, like.
Yeah. Hey man, you know,
wash your motherfucking hands.
I know everyone's saying like, we don't want to only be talking about the fucking Rona, but we're living in history right now, and that's like really the only thing that's happening. We haven't been out to the fucking bar in fucking a month now, or 2 weeks or whatever. But
a brewery. We don't go to bars like that.
Yeah, it seems like a month.
Yeah.
You can't just plan to go somewhere on a Saturday, like oh.
Look, dude, okay. I've been locked down, and this isn't shit compared to some of the lockdowns that I've went through. Because I'm still able to, I'm online, I'm doing this shit, I'm talking to y'all, doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? All that good.
Looney can't dance.
Drinking these fucking good ass beers from Windmill Brewery, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that on my other lockdowns.
It's killing me. But
it does suck though, because like I want to go hang out with you guys. Me and Jiggy, we're filming Fresh Flights like every
other week.
Matt, Kristen, Jiggy, we're getting together every Friday to film a video for this channel. You know what I'm saying? And now we do these live streams just so that we can kind of feel normal again. You know.
As of the last 2 days, though, like the country might be
and yet it still
down.
feels like it's missing.
It is. I mean, it's fucked up. It's weird. It's crazy. And
well, Rebellus has turned sideways. He's this direction on my screen, so of course something's already off.
I could go.
Now he's completely upside down.
All right, hold up.
Now we're all widescreen. Oh no.
I just didn't do the widescreen because I got like the black boxes on the side of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going through my phone.
Yeah.
But Yeah, like Bobby said, dude, like we were doing these fresh flights, and even like the last one we did, it was right before like the shit got super shut down. You know what I'm saying?
The fan.
Like we were literally there at that
The
place.
last fresh flight, the last fresh flights we did, we were getting looks for being out in public.
Yeah, like people were like, and
like, oh shit.
We went to that Chesterton Brewery, which was fire.
No, we went to 219.
Well, so
oh yeah, well, it's Chesterton, right?
Conspiracy, right?
Yeah,
conspiracy, right? California is pushing a bill that will reward citizens for telling government officials about citizens breaking the rules, basically.
Bro, I've been looking at
being out in
now,
public, being too close.
The people now who are talking shit about, oh, people just need to stay inside, are gonna be the ones that are gonna fucking rat out of you once the fucking global police and the thought police take over, and they'll be the ones that flip on you right away. You can see the ones that are like panic scared about this, and they'll roll over for the government in a second. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, bro. And that's the crazy shit, dude. Like you said, even when we went out that weekend, bro, it was right before all the shit went down. It was right before St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, right before they locked us down. That Monday, they did the lockdown shit.
Yeah, and shit was just so weird. Like, we walked in and everybody's like, oh, well, yeah. I mean, the place was, what they say, counter casual. Like, you had to order everything at the counter anyway. But it was just like, it was already weird that day. But there was like 3 old men sitting at this table, you know, across the room from us. And me and Bobby sitting right across from each other. And then other people. And even then, we were still kind of like joking about it. Like, I had walked in, I sneezed or I coughed. Bob's like, bro, you got sneeze in your arm.
Oh my God, right? Inside a fucking riot.
Yeah, but at that time, it wasn't as serious as it is now. And people were still like me and Bobby looks every time we go to somewhere like that because we're not the casual fucking hipster crap.
But see, that's the thing. Is it as serious as it is right now, or is it just...
That's what I'm wondering. That's the whole thing.
Like I said, I don't want to make light of the situation. I'm not saying that it's not serious, because I mean, but at the same time, it's like this shit is
like it's super contagious, but it's not super deadly.
All 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers,
should be all in the same room right now.
I mean, the numbers are crazy on how not deadly it is. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, and they're saying like in America, it's what, like 258,000. But I mean, like, that just doesn't even. I mean, but the people that are getting checked are not people our age.
Yeah, but the thing is too with that
are older, who are in their 50s. These are the ones who are going to practice getting checked. So if you're saying 50% of those people have it, you're looking at disproportionate numbers of people who are even going and getting tested for this shit, or even going to the doctor for symptoms of it, you know? Hey, much love, Louie. You're out of here. I love you, bro. You're the best motherfucker in the world. We were drinking that 574.
Take it easy, bro.
Motherfuckers like you, bro. We'll use this all over and say that, bro. Hell yeah.
Hey, but like you were saying, that like a lot of this shit is like, damn, I forgot where I was going with this.
I'm sorry, dog. I apologize.
What were you just saying?
They tell you how to feel, man.
About the numbers, you know, and how it's overinflated, and how
the numbers like America surpassed everybody. So, but the whole thing was like, America's doing more testing, America's doing this and that. But even like they're saying like all the young people are catching it because these kids are not caring, these kids aren't doing this, and these young kids ain't doing that.
But really, they keep saying that the numbers are going up. It's because more tests are going out and coming back.
More tests.
So it's not that these people are just catching it. It's that they're doing that more tests.
It's America is doing. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be the most.
It's not exactly that.
Whatever,
like,
you know.
This is redirection or manipulation of statistics, right? Compared to the rest of the world, Americans have the biggest commutes, all have to have cars versus like the public transit systems built into old cities and infrastructure and stuff. Americans congregate in central locations like cities more than the rest of the world, pretty much. We geographically comprise an enormous area. Like the only other comparables like China and Russia as far as scale. And they're not built like there's enormous portions of China and Russia that are like pretty much uninhabited. Whereas like the whole United States has like an interconnectivity. And that just allows people to stay in touch, keep commerce, keep activity. So when you can throw some kind of narrative in there and make people start worrying about whatever's the hyped up thing, like if they had never said COVID-19 and there hadn't been a push to draw out so much response from the government for this thing, all that would have happened is people have been like, hey, you guys remember getting sick as fuck earlier this year? Yeah, I think I got sick as hell, and that's it.
And the whole thing was, even with that, my daughter, bro, like in November, December, got sick as fuck, bro. Like literally, and the whole thing is like now you see all the symptoms. Like she was fatigued. She was like, Dad, I feel like I can't breathe, blah blah blah. And like I'm like, Candace, you're alright. It's just flu. Like you're trying to get out of school. But then now you look back at it, you're like, holy shit! Like
what were all those?
Then we're talking about our herd immunity, and then we spent all that time with Jiggy and stuff, and then around President's Day weekend, Jonas got sick out of nowhere and had all the symptoms that the headache,
COVID,
the headache, the dry fatigue, cough, fatigue, the chills. He had trouble breathing. Dad, it's hard for me to breathe. And then Michelle got sick right after that. At the whole time, I was doing those zinc drinks, and they're saying that zinc is, zinc's a killer to any virus.
Vitamin
at that
C.
time, and I was zinking it the fuck up, drinking those mix where you mix it up in water and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I think with the bangs too. Like bangs got all them amino acids and the vitamin C's and all that shit.
And if they're saying the first confirmed case was in January in the United States, then what we had could have easily been that. You know what I'm saying?
Easily, bro. And that's the thing that fucks me up because my daughter.
I remember you guys being sick in February also. You and Rachel got really sick. Adam, you guys.
Yeah.
I had it bad.
And everyone at Rebellis' house got sick, and everyone over at Matt's house got sick all around that same time.
I joke about it a lot. Like when I get sick, I don't get like fucking sick to where it's gonna put me out of commission. Like I've never gotten that. Say like there's days where I'm like, hey, if I got the runs or something, I ain't coming to work. But
no, I had dysentery and went to work.
Yeah, but I mean, shit like that to where we're like, hey,
walk around town.
I can't fuck up. I ain't breathing like that. That shit even, like I said, the whole shit with my daughter was like, it was crazy because I at that time I'm thinking like, Candace, you're overreacting, chill out, But now you look at it and there's all the same shit. Like, Dad,
but you look at it now because it's supposed to be a big deal. But if it's symptomatically like not even as bad as a typical flu, it's not that big a deal.
And that's the thing.
And the flu numbers are always bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the flu numbers are always bigger. And the whole thing was like, and that was my thing on it. Like people aren't taking it like that. Like the flu numbers, like people, I mean, not to take it lightly, but people.
It's normal. It's expected.
Yeah. People take from the flu. People lose lives over the flu every fucking year.
As of right now, and I hope it doesn't happen, but as of right now, I have no official deaths anywhere in where I, 6 degrees of Bobby Blaze. Right. There's no one that I know for sure.
But all it takes is a hot story.
2 years ago, my cousin's aunt died from the flu.
Right.
Direct complication. 2 years ago when the flu was really bad, killing kids and adults. My cousin's aunt directly flew by complications caused from the flu, killed her.
See,
did they shut down schools then? Did they fucking shut down fucking restaurants? Did they call for any of this then? No. They fucking let it go. People are fucking dying in the streets, starving every day. I've seen more homeless people in Portage recently because they don't have anywhere to go now than I ever have before. Just walking down 20, walking by these bridges and stuff.
Bro, me and Ken
got that problem, but they don't do anything about anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And here all of a sudden we have this big pandemic. But I know it's fucked up, but I usually judge things on how once it starts firsthand affecting. And Michelle's slightly laid off at the time, but other than that, I don't know anybody sick from this. I don't know.
All it takes though is like a 6 degree of separation to start a panic in a person.
Man. But they keep trying to do this.
As soon as it starts to enter in their world as a reality, then they start to freak out based on everything they've heard without keeping perspective about the whole thing, and then it just gets whipped into it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They bring it up and say it a couple times, and then the magic behind it carries it on.
And that's what it is. Like I said earlier, that meme I posted, it was like people get in a panic and start overstock buying, and then that sends people into a panic because hey, everybody's buying toilet paper. Oh shit, well, we got to go buy toilet paper.
There's the people that aren't worried about it going bad, but they know their direct life is going to be affected because of the panic, so they try to supersede the people who are panicking, and it just becomes complete.
And I just looked in the chat, and even Kenny said both of the girls were sick too. Nora and Olivia. You know what I'm saying? So like it's crazy, bro. To like, you know, a few months ago, like no one was thinking about this shit. No one.
And
was
here now we're all
hiding
shit. Out in our fucking houses and shit, and missing out on so much of this year and potentially more. When we could be over it. You know what I'm saying? It could be done and over.
Same shit that happened months ago. But it wasn't exploited. It
Hey,
wasn't blew up by the media.
What did the former mayor of Chicago
That's my question for you.
What did the former mayor of Chicago say? Never waste an opportunity to exploit a crisis. Some to that degree, almost explicitly.
Yeah, and everyone's trying to, and you know, like I'm a big on the fence writer.
In the house.
A lot of these Democratic states are the ones that were trying to milk it out even more. I don't know.
You know what? Democratic Republican is
I didn't know what's going on. I didn't know what's going on in New York, though. Is New York as bad as it is? Is that true? Because I heard people were offing themselves to New York, and they were saying it was fucking COVID related.
See, but they can get away with saying New York.
That's what I was saying.
New York State is completely different than the metrics of New York
from New York City.
Yeah, well, they're saying
right.
Yeah, is it as bad as they're saying? Where like you know it's. I don't think it is. You know what I'm saying?
I have not seen appropriate enough like response to show that like New York is a city with like zombie corpses floating around in body bags getting burned all day and shit.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing.
But I mean,
like
the shit is going down like Kristen mentioned earlier, like Ecuador and Mexico, like them. Like the
oh yeah,
no, you know what's happening now is we're gonna take over. We're gonna take over Venezuela for their oil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Venezuela's nuts right now.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they're burning bodies in the middle of these streets and shit. And
yes and no.
And then
they're dragging people in the streets and leaving them there.
Have you guys seen this infamous video of the hospitals being like overcrowded? That same fucking video is circulated in like 6 countries with 6 or 7 different fucking.
I'm saying you can't tell.
It was a New York City video supposedly, and
it's been in every country.
But it was Italy though, or some shit, right?
But it's also been thrown out in like every fucking major country, like the UK.
I gotta stop touching my face. You guys gotta stop yelling at me.
No, see, but you're panicking about nothing.
No, I'm fucking.
If we were all sitting next to each other, we'd go.
I've been sitting here fucking scratching my beard feels itchy. I might have got the coronavirus.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but Adam said we'd be skiing right now.
Yeah, riding 3 deep in a 2-seater truck, you know.
Look, man, it's just you know we're playing as strong as we try to be against it. We are playing into it by even doing these fucking live streams. You know what I'm saying?
Why you gotta not give a fuck?
But wouldn't it be? It would. Like in my brain, it just does feel like it'd be fucked up to be like, oh well. My mom just died because I went over to her and gave her a hug. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole thing too. Like
happen.
me and Bobby Blaze talks about it. And I know like you and Rachel don't have kids and shit. But I mean, it's like the whole thing with me is like I'm thinking about my kids, bro. Like
and the irony. Listen, here's the crazy thing. If you trust the official data, you guys aren't going to get your kids sick because the kids are invulnerable, and you guys are the ones at risk, not your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing is if you believe all that, like. You can't half believe different things. You can't believe that it's not that big a deal, but you're going to get your kids sick. It should be like, okay, it is a big deal, and I'm going to die from it, not my child. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference of being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we did skip over something. I seen Ken Dog mention it earlier.
The 5G.
5G. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah. So, my thoughts are that.
Go look at the votes unitedly around the world. Yeah. About 5G. A lot of places won't let 5G in. We sort of had like a yes, no, but like it didn't go nowhere, and now it's here. And in the midst of all this shit, telecommunication companies are just like erecting complete, total 5G repeater overhaul.
And I don't know what that other G is though. But what's the difference between 4Gs though? What's the difference between the 4G and the 5G?
I mean, at the most like basic breakdown is the hertz level of it, and it gets to a point where it can start to like vibrate so heavily it will separate matter at a cellular level kind of thing.
That 1 hertz is more significant.
It's not a 1 hertz.
Well, that's however it goes. Yeah. You know, that one that.
It's like, you know, the legendary brown note and stuff. Like you can get to a point where there is like supersonic vibrations that happen at a subliminal level to parts of the body based on physiology, and it's not bullshit conspiracy. That's just literally how biology works, kind of shit.
I mean, certain vibrations in music. That's why music is as hypnotic as it is. Yeah. I'm totally all about that. Yeah. We're 90% water. Our body reacts to the vibrations of certain things, and it can do that. Our blood can react to things like that. Totally 100%. Right. What any difference is it then, like a microwave or like 4G, 3G? What any difference
the
is
LTE shit? Like I think today too, like
how much more powerful can it be?
They said even like T-Mobile and Sprint finally did the merger today. So like that.
So like that's part of it. I mean, that's just one step of like.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying.
I seen that today. What Bobby was saying about what those can do to you is like, at one level, it can improve your mood enough to just make you smile and like nod your head, but amplify that intensity, and it might separate your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like, blow your eardrums or change the temperature in the liquid in your fucking skull. You know, those kinds of things. So that's basically a large part of it. There's been a lot of weird documentation about because the little 5G things you see everywhere, those aren't like the main entry and provision points of all this Wi-Fi satellite completely interconnected stuff.
Right.
What you see everywhere, like stop signs and all this kind of stuff, or intersections and all that going up, is repeaters, because it doesn't have as wide of a wavelength to be able to go as far, but it's super strong in shorter distances, and that's what they need, that kind of bandwidth to provide like instant access and reporting of everybody. And that correlates to the idea of getting like some kind of bracelet or tattoo to prove that you've either had it and overcome it, or you've been vaccinated and you're inoculated, kind of thing.
And that's exactly what Bill Gates wants to do right now, right? He wants you to get microchip.
And he's being hailed for it. He's being hailed for it. Remember, his father goes back to some of the originators of money and the concept of money and power.
That was in the Bible, man. I mean, there's no way I'd fucking...
Mark of the Beast shit right there.
Yeah, this is Mark of the Beast shit.
So it goes real deep. You can never just... back to the original point that started this whole conversation, you can never just start with the current event. Because the current event won't make sense unless you get to the cause. Because the shit is so crazy that it's like, well, why would this happen? And nobody can conceptualize that like people would be this evil, because hopefully most people aren't evil. And it seems foreign to them. You know?
Right.
But
there's a lot of evil fucks that seem to be in power right now, man. And absolute power has corrupted a lot of these people, absolutely.
Tech said it first.
Yeah. I want I appreciate you, man, just kind of fucking dropping some shit on here. It's just weird times, bro, and I really want to. Yeah. I do want to explore all reasons why it can be. You know how I've always been, man. Where it's I really like I've always wanted to just know more and find out more, and we'll never really know anything.
Yeah,
but it's always good to theorize, keep an eye on. I like that shot Jiggy Fresh is giving us right now from the refrigerator. That was pretty nice.
One thing to keep in mind is by the time anybody on the internet sees anything, that information has been manipulated and laundered for whatever purposes you're seeing it in the frame you're seeing it. The same info can be twisted on two different sides and work an agenda in there, but by the time it hits what's called the clear web, it's over. You have to find this information somewhere else. You're not going to see it by searching Google, like blah 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 conspiracy theory. Whatever you see, there's.
You were telling us you were telling us recently that a lot of the Google filter has been turned off. So how can we find some things that would normally be hidden now on Google? Like WikiLeaks is all showing up and things now. So tell us how we can find some of these things, like some good places that we can look to find some like secret shit that is usually hidden on the web or something.
It's not the most direct evidence, but it will put you in the zone to go search for more. Is if you actually read WikiLeaks' email documentation, like the history of State Department employees and government officials, including Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and so on, exchanging emails, like, man, there's no way to look at it without realizing there's something really fucked up being alluded to here in the overarching, like, look at it. the verbiage, the explicit choice of words, the way things are crafted, the discretion, the obviousness of it all. You just need to dig for yourself and find. If you want to know what's going on, you gotta peel
tell
back
us a little
the
bit
layers.
about that, though. Tell us a little bit about some of those things. Some of those. Tell us about the celebrity pedophile adrenochrome things like that. Man.
Hey, you know, before we get into that, what was crazy is that day we all got together. We were talking about that, all this shit right now, and then the Harvey Weinstein shit.
And then he gets coronavirus.
2 days later,
who
bro,
could have expected that to happen? Where he no longer has to go to jail,
and then Monday, boom, motherfucker had coronavirus.
He's got corona.
Yeah.
Did I say that to you guys? Did I say watch Harvey's gonna get it next and get immunity?
Yeah.
I probably said that because it's like the most obvious thing, and like
that's what was real.
Or he was gonna die from it. He was gonna die.
He was gonna go to Rikers Island. He was gonna go to Rikers Island.
And we were talking
about
prison, and that's what blew my mind about it, because I was like, that whole day, Jordan was like, even when you were talking about it in the car, Jordan's looking at me like,
what the fuck? What's this dude on?
Hey, I was like, Adam's educated. I was like, he's
not trying to scare nobody.
No, I know, like, you're not trying to scare nobody. I was like, but Adam's educated. I was like, he does research. He's not just spewing bullshit. And then,
well, dude, you guys know I live, work, and breathe the internet, man. Like, what I see is like, it's on no offense, it's on a different level. Like, you have to use certain protocols, certain browsers, certain access points into information that's not available by going to google.com and typing something in. You know what I mean? That information's curated, and for whatever it's worth, that shit is not curated right now. Right. Google never deleted a thing. They just changed their algorithms to release it. And part of this National Declaration Act is seizing all communication lines in an attempt, which it's communicated on the top level to the people, and Google has even said so. It didn't make national news. The media people's personnel didn't blather it on endlessly for weeks on end, but Google had to supersede basically control of their information to the federal government, who then is using it to ensure that they can't obfuscate information about COVID-19 on some agenda purposes, but summarily has allowed like shit that you're not supposed to have seen on the internet for a very long time that's been indexed from all kinds of archaic information.
Onion browser?
Tor. Well, that's a basic. Yeah.
Have you used that? I mean, is that something legitimate that you've used?
For like 10 years? 8 years?
Tor,
I don't know how the fuck long it's been.
Yeah, because there's some other thing that I was and just recently got myself using a VPN and such.
Websites are just IP addresses, that are.
James Fiend, motherfucking Alice, miss you too, dog. As soon as it's all over, we definitely want you out there, man. Kenny had brought up a question here. It said, why hide these celebrities if they're arresting? But didn't they just show that Tom Hanks was out and about?
Yeah,
I haven't kept up with it. That's what I'm saying.
I seen him and his girl were
out and about, and
whipping
back in town, right?
Somehow
they're back in, and everything's all good in there.
See, and that's why it's like you look at what has gained momentum and what's allowed, and realize like not only is there conspiracies, but there's counter conspiracies to allow the real conspiracy to play, while like whatever's acknowledged is the next level. And it's so bizarre because these people. Look at it, Ellen, Oprah, Tom Hanks, David Spade, a bunch of other these people just talking out, getting like bombarded by thousands of people a day, like linking maps of their weird occultic background, fucking Satanist, all kinds of sick shit that just seems insane to like pair together, but none of it's censored. And
we were talking the other day about a bunch of these arrests, and I saw that sheet. But I couldn't find anything else about that online. If that's like Kenny is saying, why would they? How is it still being hidden, and how come the stuff isn't being brought out, and leaked in more credible areas?
Have you ever? You can look up anybody, put their name in like arrest record or warrant, and find a website that will pair that name search with something that's not real to get you to buy for $3 or subscribe for $15 in order to get the information on somebody that doesn't exist, so whatever people show is probably just aggregated images of bullshit, but sometimes it's not. and that's where you have to just keep diving. The weirdest part about all of this stuff is the lack of acknowledgement. If you were like a super famous person that had nothing to hide, and like suddenly out of nowhere, thousands, tens of thousands of people are like calling you out for some serious, heinous ass shit, why not respond to it and shut it down, kind of thing?
Like, I mean, the way that Madonna was doing was fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, bro. That's
David Spade.
I didn't see David Spade, but I watched David Spade's show regularly.
Begging Tom Hanks to call him and like using again coded language and stuff.
Wow.
Like,
dude,
man,
this is weird, bro. Like,
and I even buy into that because I just want something to happen so bad that like the most prolific top level conspiracy is allowed to like play its course versus like,
yeah, it'd be nice if that would just pay off. You know what I'm saying? Where these things that we all want to happen, you know, it would just be nice if they did pay off. But every day, you know, it just looks more and more, you know, like we're fucked on either way. You know what I'm saying? The heroes that we thought were going to come out of this don't look like they're going to come out of this. It doesn't look like anyone's on our side. Yeah, you know, it's fucking wild.
But you get
when Buzz Lightyear's partner Woody goes down, bro, you know it's some shit.
Oh shit! You're right. Shit. Hey, but really, I was gonna watch Castaway and shit after we saw it, and I was like, man, I can't even look at Tom Hanks is saying right now.
See, but think about any conspiracy, and we've all watched Tiger King. Yeah. How many ways could all that footage have been crafted to create a narrative about who was actually a guilty party? Because you could look at anybody in that fucking show, and if they had pinned like the mastermindness on that person, you'd have gone with it.
That was like the same thing.
That was a brilliant documentary.
Joe Exotic was a terrible person,
but not as bad as some of them.
But then when you watch it, like, and it paints that context, like Carol Baskin's a bitch, but you know what I'm saying, like.
But you know what? It was never going to happen. That crackhead was not going to go assassinate her on $3,000. He knew it. Joe knew it. It was all bullshit. A bunch of dudes being drunk, bullshitting.
No, they weren't drunk. They were high on meth when they were talking about this.
Yeah, it was methed up as fuck. But
Carol Baskin and her husband, at least, you know, still doing nice things. Joe Exotic was a terrible person. So was everybody else, though. That guy's got 7 wives over there and calls himself fucking.
The most redeeming dude was that drug dealer from the Scarface motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Straight up, he's like, they basically based Scarface on me.
Homeboy Doc Anno. Did you talk about the 7 wives?
Yeah.
I told you earlier, I was on Instagram. I somehow stumbled across his page, and he was talking about how like he's doing all these radio interviews, but he was talking about how the show portrayed it like, yeah, I'm this polygamist, you know, I got 7 wives and blah 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 blah. But he said all them girls that they showed like in that Netflix special were like nieces and you know, sisters or daughter of his.
Oh,
like, so like all these young...
doesn't mean he's not fucking them. Hey, because he said that one chick said that she got forced into getting fake breasts.
Yeah,
it was already scheduled and it was happening. Yeah. They were just informing her for when or whatever the hell she said, man.
But I'm not gonna lie.
She still talked about it with like a smile on her face, though.
Yeah, that was the whole thing too, though. Like if you're a small chested woman and some man's about to pay you to go get your breasticles inflated, like you wouldn't do it. I'm just saying, like if it's all paid for,
you're kind of right, bro. You're kind of right, and you get to play with big cats,
and you get to play with tigers, bro.
Dude,
and
I don't like. And all
shit.
I've never like.
I'm just saying, if you're a small chested woman,
and I don't really like cats, small cats, but I just don't see how, like, all these people get hypnotized as soon as they're around some fucking Down syndrome looking tigers at fucking DW.
Oh my god!
Like these guys, like these people.
When I was rewatching it earlier, some of them tigers.
This is a twice bred liger.
Like,
bro,
I was going this way, and the
other or like fucking like. It. On each corner of their head, their eyes are, and it's like, bro, like, how do those tigers make you want to like?
It's not just tigers, man.
Dude, I've been to big cat sanctuaries before, and they're crazy, man.
You ever whip your titties out for a big cat, though?
Would you?
Well, that's what they said at the very beginning of that series. They're like, animal people are fucking nuts. Animal people are crazy.
Like,
you know?
that whole shit. Like,
I've never smoked meth or held a big cat, but I just don't see how both of them.
Why do they go hand in hand? You know?
I don't know how they go hand in hand, and I just don't see how they can just make me suck dick. I just don't know how. I just all of a sudden you hold a cat and smoke meth.
I was never gay, but I stuck around for the tigers. Like what?
And there's a tiger, bro.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he showed me how I like her, and I sucked his dick. No, it just doesn't go like, but the meth.
There is a tiger sanctuary, like a big cat sanctuary in Indiana, bro.
Really?
And one of the dudes on the one of the dudes on the show, the dude that held the monkey in his fucking chest at the gas station.
Okay, they got with Jeff.
That is in Indiana, bro. That is like in southern Indiana.
Businessman from southern Indiana.
Let's find that place. Let's go, and let me hold one of those tigers and see how gay I feel.
I mean, if you're going to put my together, I'm all about it.
I just want to see it.
Bobby's like, I suddenly want to do magic tricks.
I just want to see it.
Yeah, Tim.
Call me sick.
Kenny said there's the dude Tim Stark, I think his name is. But they do have there is a big cat sanctuary. These people I used to work with, like when I used to work at my old job, her and her husband had went there. And she was telling me all about it. I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, it's in southern Indiana, blah, blah, blah. But there is a big cat sanctuary. And that dude was on the show. It was on the fucking shit. And he was the homeboy with the monkey in his fucking lap all the time.
Okay.
Let's go check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we were telling stories about, growing up in the area and seeing Roy Boy used to have his tiger. Yeah, Roy Boy shit,
Dude, if you dug into public records, I guarantee you could file a Freedom of Information Act if it's not already on like a courthouse document. And you could see a record of everything he sold that he got charged for, and you might find Roy Boys in there.
Listen,
prime time for it.
I went back into it, and somebody posted a link that Carol fucking Baskin is the one.
Shut down Roy Boy?
Yeah, that took his fucking tigers, bro. You can go look at it.
I need to find that evidence. The next time we go live, we need that evidence.
Go on Big Cat Rescue, whatever.
And we'll screen share. If I can bring it up,
I promise you, dude.
Someone find me that link, and I will screen
share it right now. That's conspiracy theory.
All you get something or something. Hey, tell me Rachel Rave ain't fucking Carol Baskin, right? Tell me fucking Rachel Rave. You couldn't see Rachel Rave just popping up and saying, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Tell me you couldn't do it, right?
You guys know she's not corny like that. That's fucking... That was creepy corny.
But hey, maybe she's also as mean as Carol Baskin, though, too. You know what I'm saying?
See, you guys are... I don't know what you're trying to associate, but this chick's nuts for cats. Rachel loves her a cat and all, but they're not on the same level. Like, Carol Baskin creeps you out. Rachel gives you the best cookies of your life.
I can straight up see Rachel rolling up on that bicycle.
There's footage of her.
No lie.
Sitting there saying, hey, all you cool cats and kittens. And then I would like...
I might need another cookie to confirm this, though.
That chick would say that, and you would see, like, the creepiest fucking
I'm just going to say right now, I'm going to interrupt all
this
things that I just heard Kristen say something. Rachel Reed makes the best fucking cookies ever. I'm going to go back to muting this shit so you don't hear me chomping on these Cheetos, but Rachel Reed's cookies are the best.
Everything, man. I get fed. I should be a bloated man.
Hell yeah.
You can't be a part of this.
It's been a real ass conversation.
Yeah, man.
He's like, you're talking about animals.
I'm glad you came on here and talk some shit, man. Like, really, that's it's just these weird times, so we kind of want to just talk some shit about it. You know what I'm saying? A conspiracy podcast, a podcast, or a fucking web show where we just talked about what else could be going on, because really, we're getting bored of just the regular fucking quarantine shit. So, I mean, we can make a hard pivot off that if you're down to be on the show anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking Good Samaritan Ken, dog. That link we sent you, if you want to come and be a guest, dog, come on in. You know what I'm saying?
Super simple to set up.
Yeah, we love doing the StreamYard shit. Those guys who did tune in and who have been or are tuning in still right now, thank you for putting up with fucking TeamMUJ tonight, man. We're just on that quarantine, streaming live, streaming shit. And we did this conspiracy episode. Shout out to our dog, Adam motherfucking Webmaster Baker. Oh, yeah.
It's been real.
Yeah.
Hi, Adam.
I knew Adam would come in here and fucking kill that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna go back to the old school bowl cut and just let the top go out.
That's what I thought. I was telling Michelle yesterday. Just do Bull cut me up. And shit. She just cut me up real short.
Dude, I think when I met you, you had medium. Yeah, because you had
Bro,
braids.
my hair was
twisted
my
braids.
hair was down to here before.
Oh yeah, James.
Like
Sping.
15, 16, man.
Yeah, my hair was down to my chin before I cut it, bro. And
I had them too back in the day. We all had them, man. In the late 90s, early 2000s.
Rachel's sister Becky Reed, shout out Becky Reed. She had braided my hair for the gathering in like 05 and put like 60 little tiny fucking spider leg water spout braids in my head. When I got home, I started taking them out, but my shit was sunburned, bro. Like I had a waffle. When I told my dad, like, look, just cut them off. Yeah, I literally.
We did a couple yak days in a recent time period, bro, where you just kept getting more cooked and more cooked on the top of your head, man.
It happens, bro. That's because I was wearing bandana, so like the shirt goes fucking. But the whole waffle iron fucking grit thing was shout out to Becky Reed, did my shit, and for 15 years all I did was just keep shaving. Yeah. So now I might grow it out a little bit.
Hell yeah. Man, Adam, I hope we get to still do our thing next month, man.
I haven't said anything because I have no intention of canceling that. As long as everything's square and we can just fucking drive over there and be on that house on the water for 4 days as a crew.
Hey, I'll throw in.
As long as the lockdown's open, I'm down.
I know you guys already started because of the concert, but I mean, if you're looking for a little extra, you got a little room out there.
I'm not as upset about the concert at all because we can all chill out.
As long as we get to do this with 4 days with you guys, man. After all this shit, it'll feel so great.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Even if the lockdown shit's on and they're still let us rent it, as long as we get all of our supplies, we can still go down there and quarantine together for 4 days.
It's down the quarantine.
It's like 20 minutes outside of Cincinnati on the west side, so
it's not that
bad. 20 minutes outside of Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Or Columbus?
Wherever the fuck Sonic Temple was. Columbus, probably?
Yeah, Columbus. Yeah.
This is the top, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a 5-hour drive. Whatever. We drive out there Thursday morning.
We could yak.
That sounds more Columbus.
Fucking, yeah, it's Columbus for sure.
Yeah.
Yak throughout the day, fish off
Thursday
the fucking patio, man. Yeah, dude, I'm all about it.
You see that we can be sitting on a bench here, and over here is a dock with our yaks all like tethered up right quick, and just like,
that's what I'm saying.
You guys want to go out for a half hour?
And I was looking on that lake too, dude. That lake's really big, man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Buckeye Lake, it's really big.
It looks like there's a lot of boats in there, though.
If there's a little bit of extra room, I'll come through and kick it with y'all. I know I didn't have a ticket for the show, but if we're
go on vacation the week after, ain't it? Isn't that what you said in the Discord?
I don't remember. When is this?
It's the 11th to the 14th.
May 15th or something like that. May 15th or something, or May 14th.
11th to like the 14th or 15th or something.
My first vacation is
to the 17th.
Man, I hope my next event doesn't get canceled.
Well, we already had to cancel that Sonic Temple. I want to see Ghostman and not talk to Bobby on fucking.
Yeah, so it would have been the 14th through 17th or something like that.
I don't know when my next vacation is. I don't think it was my first one. I don't think it's the actual gather. No, it might be July, and then
you're right about to get it.
July, and then I got the gathering week off for sure, and then my birthday.
Well, how late you guys going?
I don't know. This was really like one of our longer ones tonight because we wanted you just talk some shit. But I mean, if you wanna jump off, we appreciate you for coming in. If not, we can just talk some other bullshit. That's what I was trying to get on some other bullshit.
I'm not doing nothing, man. I'm chilling, sitting here.
I like how
I need to pour another drink, man.
Fuck yeah.
Pour another drink, bro.
I got a golden question for you.
I'm on
what's the question? What's the question?
All right, Adam. How long do you really think that this whole quarantine thing is gonna last?
30 days at a time.
Like, honestly.
By declaration, soon enough, it could potentially wrap up in 6 to 12 months. Depends on what they want to do and who wants to milk it.
You better watch your mouth, sir. The gathering's in August.
Dude, like, just in the last day,
Whoever, hey, I talked to my sister the other day. She works for the federal government. My oldest sister. Well, now she is, I guess. And she was saying that she doesn't think there'll be large social gatherings, at least for the next 6 months.
Yeah, it's gonna ramp up. Like, you have to look at the call, whatever. What is it? Was it flattening the curve or some shit?
Next time, keep your screen dark like that, because that's what I figured you were gonna look like the whole time that we were doing this thing.
I could have put on.
I figured your face was gonna be like blacked out, and you were gonna be like, "My name is Zero. You will not know who I am, and you will not see my face."
I was gonna put this shit on.
My man Bob, what a young John Cena.
Yes, the Vault Boy.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, the Vault Boy's so perfect for this time.
See, I got the large size hoodie, and these sketchy tanks aren't as roomy as I want in the hood.
I like your headset. Your mic sounds really nice. I expected nonetheless. Adam fucking Webmaster Baker in the motherfucking house tonight, everybody, man. Thank you for fucking being our guest.
Actually, it's Adam Penis Baker.
Penis Baker, Adam Penis Baker.
I'm gonna go ahead and move it out again, so I don't get.
Honestly, I'm not even upset about that. That's like a compliment come from Rebellious, because he's been teasing me with it for like at least a couple years now.
Hell yeah! So you guys will definitely get it sometime else.
Bob's like, hell yeah! I seen all that.
Yeah. I know all about that. That tight B hole on Adam Penis Baker over there.
Y'all should have been together last year. Y'all would have known him.
It was super gay.
Snapping those farts out. Hell yeah!
It was super gay.
Much love, everybody tuning in with us tonight. Much love, motherfucking James Fiend, motherfucking Rachel Rave in the motherfucking house. It was dope. Looney showed up.
Yeah.
His name was Looney Dozel.
And had a picture of himself.
Yes, dude. Adam, back in the day when we first met Looney,
he wanted it scrubbed.
Bro, when we would be at shows and shit, we'd be like, "Oh, you know Looney?" And
delete my shit.
We didn't know his last name. That you couldn't find a picture of him online. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just knew Looney from South Bend.
I mean, even his profile isn't his real first name, but it's his real last name.
That's his name, bro. His name's Looney Dozel.
Yeah, that was cool.
Shout out to Looney. Shout out to fucking who was all
everybody in the room?
Ken Dog,
chat room.
Good Samaritan, James Fiend, Rachel Ray, Jordan, everybody.
We love you guys.
Fucking Ken Dog in the motherfucker too, bro.
Ken Dog been in this motherfucker all day, bro.
Yeah, Ken Dog, we appreciate it, man. We miss you, dude. Like, seriously, but we're gonna have to just drive down to the Rogers house and just sit in front of their house, and they'll sit on the porch, and we'll just sit out in the road and talk to them, and then
I got a couple long chairs, bro. Fucking do it,
right? Sit down there.
The last couple times we went down and stayed at your guys' house, man, we got that group picture. That's so fucking
nice,
cool.
Man.
You know, we got another one of those coming up.
Last year, Fall Fest, man, that was nice.
I love that picture. I mean, I didn't have all the kids with me, but Isaiah.
Yeah, but staying there, that was nice, bro.
Yeah, with everybody there, dude, that's one of my favorite pictures, man. It's definitely one of my favorite pictures to get.
Hey, so far, this fakie was super fire. It took me a while to drink. I'm smoking, but this is.
Do you remember before you left?
Purgatory, bud.
I'm on fire, man.
Before you left, we traded up. You gave me that double hop.
Me?
Which one?
It's the Galaxy
Superhero, the Galaxy Hero.
Yeah, Galaxy Hero.
I left.
Double hopped.
I left your Galaxy Hero at his house, and he gave me that s'more one. That's good.
I drank that though. I drank that one night, like I was like
Big Will. Cheers up, dog.
I could not believe how much I love that IPA. I was like, this is fucking delicious.
Galaxy Heroes fine.
That was really fucking good.
The League of Heroes, bro, the Revolution Heroes that they put out are super fire, bro.
I had the other line. I had the older one, not the Galaxy.
But they have multiple ones, bro. Like every few months they put out a new hero. They got anti-heroes like their main shit. But then they put like out these League of Heroes 12 packs that are fucking fire, bro.
You guys always bring something
Hello,
fresh
Ford.
Yeah, bro. Me and Bobby just like experiment, bro. Like we'll go and everybody's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" I'm like, I don't know, whatever we find, and we'll fucking rock that shit the fuck out.
You guys just go off experimenting, huh?
Yep, pretty much. Pretty fucking much.
We like to experiment.
I'm beers. Let's clear the air.
Hey, so.
That reminded me of the time that Adam was walking around DCG and like, "Oh, have you seen my partner?" And I was like, "In business, we're partners in business. We're not partners."
Oh man, but the whole time we're smashing wieners like anybody's gonna not fucking.
Whoa.
We smash like 3 wieners a day.
One day we got like 7 in us.
Just to clarify, I smashed no wieners.
That one day we ate like 6
Gathering's a whole nother seminar.
We were hoeing out, bro. We went from left to right, business to business, just taking wieners down.
We got wieners from
off
2
an
different
assembly line.
We went and got wieners in our mouths from 2 different places.
Back to back.
One place smelled like a locker room.
Remember
that? It smelled like a locker room when we walked in there.
Not there for that.
Like,
even though they this place,
they bleach scrub the floor every night. They can't get rid of the smell of 50 years of people through the tile. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just rank, but it was fire. We're talking
about Coney dogs. I
ate a hot dog covered in
What Coney dogs do we have in fucking Colorado, bro?
We're talking about when me and Adam went to the first DCG con.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but the other one
ate a lot of Coney dogs.
What is that?
Wieners every day.
What is that?
Something.
What are you drinking on, bro?
Rabbit, bro.
Oh, I'm drinking on this Purgatory, bro.
That's that 3 Floyds.
I don't know at the angle that I saw it.
Again, shout out to
this is that Easter exclusive.
Indiana breweries, man. You know, Temperate Purgatory, 18th Street.
It looked like a holographic gumball head at first. I was like, what? But it's still 3 Floyds.
Yeah, still 3 Floyds. Today, like Jiggy was saying, today was Indiana Crab Beer Night. Everyone across Indiana, or if you celebrated Indiana outside of the area, tonight at 6 o'clock, you were supposed to start happy hour drinking Indiana beers. So that's why me and Jiggy Fresh, we did get together and do our elbow touch, have some Indiana craft beers together.
Hey, that Fakies though is a collab between Windmill and Cloud9. I don't know what Cloud9 is from.
Super good. I've been craving that juicy or that hazy flavor, bro.
That Cloud9 was fire, bro. But but I don't know where Cloud9 is from.
I don't know either.
You guys all know the sour, the hibiscus. It's a green and like pinkish tone.
The fucking
can.
Boulevard Brewing.
That's juicy. Those things are so good.
That Boulevard Brewing, that one we got, bro, last
Real
year.
moonshine, he says. Oh man.
You know what I'm talking about, Blaze.
Can't
Boulevard
wait,
hibiscus.
Man.
Oh yeah, that was good,
apple pie.
With the sea
next
salt.
gathering is gonna be fucking awesome.
Hey, the gathering this year.
Is gathering still on? We'll all be there
I'm gonna
together.
hold you to that though.
I have no intention of not going. This time I'm going harder.
Oh yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
hey, the gathering.
And if not, then we're gonna have our own mini gathering in Matt's backyard.
We have to go harder because we've lost so much of this year already.
You guys know me, and there's something I didn't do at the gathering that I could have if I just like pushed the issue. Like I went light.
Oh, I know. Hey, we kind of did though, bro. The year me, you, and Kenny went, we went harder than I think we did last year for sure.
Hey, all I know is Jackie Fresh did not make an appearance last year. This year might be a whole different story.
I'm an old man. I was being responsible.
Yeah, you saying he might make an appearance this year?
Hey,
is Jackie Fresh gonna come along with?
All I gotta say is
I can't dive too deep right now, but I don't know. We kind of went pretty hard at the gathering this year.
We did go pretty hard.
Nothing is as hard as you two fucking Dome and Malort. I can't joke like Malort Blaze or Jiggy Malort or Malort Fresh.
That's thug shit, bro.
That is the worst I've ever seen.
Getting people on Malort though is some of my favorite things to do.
That's what we should do is try to get people on Malort.
The only reason why I did what I did that night.
I know that's why they need to be the ones that trick people into drinking it.
No, not even that.
I didn't do nothing.
The reason I did that night is because Bobby Blaze, bro. If you watch the video, that motherfucker hits the bottle cap with his finger.
That right there is that whole. If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too?
Right.
Shit.
Why would you grab
right now? What I would give to see your face though?
It wasn't the bottle.
My face.
It was the way
Hell
he
no.
hit it.
Yeah,
it was the way
it was
Bobby
inspiring, right?
Because he hit the bottle with one finger.
I had the worst liquor face ever.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
No.
You're right. You're right. He did it slick.
He hit the bottle and the cap just said and spun off and he domed it. Go. I was like, oh
yeah.
No, I can't.
You had his back.
I can't just let my brother go out like that.
You had his back.
Even though he went out worse than I did, for once that night. For once in a million years, Bobby Blaze went out worse than I did.
I know, right? I was a slump.
He was supreme. Like it wasn't a slump god. It was like slump fucking lord. I don't know what's higher than the god.
Dude, he was still puking at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Bro,
celestial being.
Me and Jordan were in the car getting ready to leave,
Damn, is that not on our Instagram anymore? How do we find our Instagram TV shit? Oh, there we go. I found it.
And me and Jordan would get ready to leave, and we seen Michelle come. I was like, I'm just waiting for Bobby and Michelle to come out. Michelle came out with the keys, like, hey, I think we're just gonna stay here, but you guys can go back. Here's the keys, blah blah blah.
Yes,
well, because Michelle had already had her moment to pass out for a bit, and then had to wake up and take care of Bob, who was starting his pass out.
You guys want to watch this fucked up shit?
What is it?
That video.
Fuck it.
Oh yeah, post that shit, bro.
Do it. Right now, videos, yo.
All right, here we go right now. Give me 1 second. All right.
What
video are you watching?
The Malord video.
Everybody who's getting ready to watch this shit right now, man. This shit's so fucked up. Ken Dog, our homeboy, the good Samaritan over there, filmed this shit.
Ken Dog said we were trying to keep up with him.
Kenny was the instigator. Kenny was the prime target.
If you ain't hit that Malord, you ain't shit. That's all I'm saying.
Kenny was the Rothschild that night.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna share this shit for you guys. All right.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Oh man, this shit was fucking wild. I love it.
We're not doing it.
Look at Bobby's face, bro. My man was
wasted. That's a big gulp, bro.
Don't pass it out like you do that. I'm not drinking that.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
And Rebellis right there in the corner, shaking it off.
And then I chased it with whiskey. I chased it.
I have to stand up right now and walk away.
Oh my god!
I mean, the only thing worse to chase that with is more honestly. So
that is the grossest shit ever.
That deserves a round of applause.
It's not perfect.
This is the best part.
You hear that audience applauding?
Jesus.
Yep.
I just took a swig of that.
That's Matt. So
why do we do that? I don't know, but I took a beer.
You're about to relive Darth Vader here again.
Like a dumbass, right behind him.
Watch this shit.
That's why the floor was sticky the next morning.
What? No. Wow.
Hey,
wow.
This is nice.
Wow. Jesus Christ. What is wrong with you?
This is the night Battle Chicks got invented, bro.
It's everything that was said there. It's okay.
Battle Chicks got invented this night.
Straight up like the
Stay on your taste buds for like the next 7 hours.
Oh shit!
I don't know. Let's
wonderful.
review the tape. Let's look at the tape. I think I handled it a lot better.
He's like, listen to the tape.
I was already going back to the video footage.
Yeah, we do Malort. That's fucking terrible. Bro, find my father to take a shot.
This is embarrassing.
You just did. And you didn't like nobody. Not even yourself.
You really go back.
I was squirrel with my dad. And him with
You just married your twin, bro. He subconsciously did it and made you do it on top of it. Because you two are like owner brothers.
We are, but
we are.
I can't be pumped
That's
out.
the greatest
Like, I can't be like,
we are, but who cares?
I cannot not do it.
When you're wearing the exact same outfit, you kind of have to do the exact same thing.
No, like the 1.5, but like first shot.
That made me sick watching that, though.
Why you did that?
Yeah, it made me sick too.
My man, I understand why you did it, but I
Y'all could have kept it better. Poker face, honestly.
I was like, damn, I gotta do it too.
There's only one person here who hasn't done
Aww.
the shot.
Shut the fuck up. Don't even give me.
I'm not doing it.
Eat it there.
I don't fuck's wrong. Hey, that's my bottle. Remember that. I know all about that shit. I'm the one that found it. Why did I do that? Midwest United fucking jugglers fucking.
Hey, I gotta be honest. The four of us is having a shot tonight. She took it the best. She took it the best of all.
Yeah, shout out
You guys
Jordan.
think there's any way you could pump me into doing that shit? I don't know how
Hey,
great
fuck that shit. She took a little
We
last
got
slap.
a great video on it.
So,
Pink's
I just chilled.
babe.
We're battle cheeks.
They came by and tried to
Battle
get me
Chicks.
Battle cheeks. Jiggy passed out because I said, "Hey, let's go back to my house and play Battle Cheeks. We'll battle. See who's gonna be louder."
God damn it!
Just saying I would have won, bro.
But obviously I didn't even make it back. So
I know you're gonna fight like this.
my battleship got sunk.
I'm just saying my battleship would have won, bro.
All right, fuck that. Woo, shit. You guys just got to see that.
Just so we're completely 110% clear, I would have won the battle chicks that night.
Yeah, dude, I was throwing up for sure. That would be one of the first nights Jiggy was in Slump God and had to get carried to the room. Michelle's gonna have to carry me to the fucking room, and that's obviously not happening. So.
Jiggy started throwing up like 20 minutes after he left.
Oh man,
I didn't throw up that night. I got video to prove it, but I will not show it and air it here.
That's true.
So is that the next video that we're playing right now?
No,
it's not. You share
Whoa,
sharing and enjoying
it is not. I'm just letting you guys know I did not throw up that night.
Yeah, you don't puke, bro. You just pass out.
I did puke occasionally, but I haven't puked in a long time.
Hey,
man, even at the gathering, I don't think I seen you puke.
No,
when was the last time? When was the last time? That's when I've done some shit like that.
Hey, straight up, I said that night right there was the last time I've ever seen Bobby blaze like that. Was probably like at least 10 years, if not more. Yeah. At least 10.
I mean, even at the gathering, I like almost threw up, but it was just because I ate everything else besides food that day.
Yeah. That's what you get for drinking like an old water skin Malort.
The only downfall that you had at the gathering is you didn't really eat right off the bat with everything.
That was only that one day too. Yeah.
But everything at the gathering
at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody ever puked at the
gathering.
Right. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, man.
We were living it up.
A lot more happened after that video too, and I don't remember any of it.
Hey, all I remember is
people say that shit. People say that shit when they're drunk. No, oh man, I don't remember that shit. They have selective memory. Like everything that happened in that video, I don't remember. I only barely remember slapping the lid off the top of that motherfucking Malort, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That
was the only reason why I took that shot.
With he had 14 of them.
My man hit it like them videos where the guy kicks it on Instagram. My man hit it like bam, and it just spun, and it flew off. I was like, oh hell no! And he domed it, so then I had a dome right behind him. But all I remember from that is like me and Jordan were in the whip, waiting for you guys to leave, and Michelle came out like, hey, here's the keys. Just go ahead and go back because Bobby's not gonna make it. Pretty much is what she said.
Man, I felt so bad. Like when I woke up on Rachel and Adam's couch, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Shit. Why am
I looked down, and Michelle was on the floor, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But I look over there, and Kenny like wakes up or is up at the same time, and he's like, "Oh yeah!"
The best part of that night was Bobby coaching Michelle. Like,
yeah, right.
Like, babe, you can't mix liquors. You can't mix alcohol like that. But here this motherfucker is drinking old fashions and then drinking Malort and whatever craft beers we had on top of that. Oh, babe, you can't mix the liquors, babe. You're all right. Come on, babe. Come outside, babe.
It was that 3 sips of that Budweiser that I drank when Cowboy Cerrone lost that fucked my whole night up, man.
That was a fucked up fight though. Like everybody's all hype and it's like over. Like
yeah, shit.
What?
Oh man.
Did it start yet?
I don't remember shit. There was videos of me peeing in your guys' bathroom and fucking oh man,
where'd that come from?
I don't remember.
Snapchat? No, it wasn't Snapchat because Bobby don't have Snapchat. It was on Instagram. I don't know. He sent it to the group chat, I think.
Yeah. No, it was in something. I had it set to urinal from We Just Mac.
Speaking of
peeing in the bathroom, then.
Speaking of urinals.
Oh yeah, Jiggy's gonna go take us on that ride. Hell yeah, man.
Y'all want to come join me?
Thank you, everybody, who's tuning into our super long. You know, I figure on the weekends, during the week when Jiggy's on days, it'll be easier for the 3 of us to get together at some point and do some of these live streams for you guys.
No, actually, on nights would be better.
Nights, really?
Fridays.
Oh well, no, not on the weekends. During the week, remember? Like we did last week or the week before. Yeah, so other than that, we will still be back on our regular scheduled program of the weekend where we come to you guys Friday, maybe another time throughout the weekend. I know we want to do some more Twitch things, and we want to do some more things while we're here live for you guys during this quarantine shit. As much as we can, we'll do these live streams, and they always will be longer here on the weekend. Here we're 2 hours for you guys. So shout out to everybody who's tuned in with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? When we hit over that hour mark, it went by quick. I'm talking on some of the shit we did last week. The last 2 guests we've had on the show or on the stream have been like kind of nervous for us. You know, we had Devro in here on Friday last week, and you know, we never met Devro before and never had a verbal conversation with him, and then we just had him on our show. You know, and got to talk to him about a lot of stuff, and that was like way more different than having Adam on here, but it was even more different than having Chunk on here. Where we met DJ Chunk.
Because Chunk, I feel like is like one of the homies, bro. You know what I'm saying? He always shows us love. Either through our page or whatever he does. You know what I'm saying? He always shows us some love. But yeah, having Devro on there was a different kind of fucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, for sure. Because you know, man. Yeah, and you know, we want to do this tonight. You know, a lot of people have been talking about our live streams. We want to do this conspiracy type shit. Really, Adam, we wanted to like
do a paranormal one, man. That's
we should.
That's a good topic.
That's the next
we
one.
should.
Y'all got scary stories.
That's something we all can get down on.
Me and Jiggy have a story. Yeah, we have a story that goes together, and it's my favorite ghost story of all time. Me and Adam have a
spooky cuckold, man.
Me and Adam got invited to a spooky cuckold though at a haunted sanitarium or something shit. So
me and Bobby Blaze and the homie JL for real seen a ghost in an abandoned crib.
Hell yeah,
like literal shit.
Maybe that's
do you remember the shit with Pasquale where he fucking busts out the window? Well, you had the night vision camera.
Yeah, remember that? Me and Kyle were across the street with night vision goggles when that shit happened. And we saw a ghost in the window then, bro.
And Pasquale
pushed out that window?
He went to jump out the window, bro, and the whole it didn't shatter, bro. The whole
window frame
fell out. Just fell out.
It was that old ass house. So we have a couple ghost stories at that place. Maybe that'll be another stream this weekend. Maybe this weekend will be those the paranormal conspiracy streams going on, and we'll probably drop that maybe Saturday or Sunday.
As soon as it opens up, we need to take a day and a half and go do like a haunting and get a real experience. Do it on a Thursday. Not get 45 people in there. Get like 8.
That sounds like so much fun.
Go experience something that's like it's personal enough that it'll fuck you up. And then talk about that kind of shit because it's super.
Bro,
cool.
I'm saying the shit with me, Bobby, and JL was pretty personal, bro. Because like we got up. What was weird, I'll tell a little bit about it. But we were sitting there, we were smoking blunts, joints, whatever, and we had tea candles, little tea candles and little circle candles. We had them in front of us on this little table, and then we had a couple candles on this fireplace. And if you guys know the abandoned house Lake Station, it was real fucked up, man. And it was
the way that the place was set up, it was pretty wild. And then we had done a lot of stuff to it because it was like our clubhouse. It was like
so there was spray paint and all kinds of shit we did in there. But we were there, and like what was fucked up is like we all had a little tea candle in front. Me, Bobby, and JL were all sitting at this table, so we all had a little candle in front of us. But
smoking a joint and shit.
Yeah, I can't remember who said it, but someone was like, "Oh no, the fucking I feel this cold breeze." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, whatever." But the candles on the fireplace on the pedestal blew out, but the ones in front of us never did. And we were leaving, so JL got like, "All right, fuck it, let's go." JL got up and he dipped, bro. Like he ran out this house, literally. Fucking
got that energy that makes you panic run.
Yeah, he ran out this house, and me and Bobby were like, "What the fuck is wrong with him?" Me and Bobby were walking out together, though, and we looked by the basement where
Jiggy's in front of me, and I saw him look that same way and dip, right?
Yeah, and we just
in this part of the story, we ran out of this house, but me and Jiggy never once said to each other what we saw that night,
but
and why we dipped.
Something that shook all three of you up that much.
And I think we were back at Sturdy's house.
We were afraid to talk about it because we were afraid it was going to follow us or some shit. So we didn't want to keep talking about it as we left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
we all agreed that we saw something, right? So we're kind of giving the story away. Maybe we'll go into more detail about it. You know what I'm saying?
But was it like that feeling when you're like turning off the lights downstairs and you got to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, and you get that panic rush.
Because the story before it.
But what's fucked up, bro? What's fucked up is that, you know, I lived in a house where I always ran upstairs after I closed my basement light off, but I never saw anything.
Yeah.
In this house, I fucking saw something though.
Yeah,
like legit saw something. Like, and it's crazy, you know. Like
people say they see shadows and shit. This shit was like a silhouette, and the shit before that was like we were talking about with PJ and shit. When they seen that shit, dude, that was the time we heard that thump, bro. Remember?
No, because there's 3 times with the house. Oh no, well something happened that time, but then another time we heard that thump again in the basement though too.
Yeah.
So it's 2 times there was that thump in the basement.
It sounded like there was an old washing machine and a dryer down in his basement, right?
Let me tell this story then real quick.
Go ahead.
All right, because there's 3 stories that really all go on in this, and maybe we'll go into full depth on them if we do this other ghost story. If not, you guys gonna get bits and pieces of it now. But the second time that some crazy shit happened in this ghost story, right, or in this haunted house, it was after the fun fair at Polk School, and we went in there, and the person who lived in that house and died collected canned stuff, fruits, vegetables, all this shit, and there was like hundreds of these cans left inside this house, right? So here we all were, fucking around, and we were taking these cans. And we were whipping them down this basement. The basement was supposedly haunted. We had heard this noise down in the basement before. It scared everybody out of the house, right? So down in this basement, shout out Bender Boys. Bender Boys dominating this motherfucker. So anyway, right?
Cheers.
We're in this house, right? And we fucking we're throwing these jars, mason jars, down the basement. And every once in a while, they'd hit the stairs, and break down the wall because it was like a wall, stairs, and then a little foyer, and then a wall, right? So we were whipping them. All of a sudden, someone whipped someone down there, and it was like you just didn't hear it. You didn't hear it hit the stairs. You didn't hit the foyer, and then all of a sudden, like a 2-second gap, it hit the wall, and then you heard what we ended up finding out later was the washer and dryer. It sounded like they got slammed together. Boom, boom.
And then it explodes
boom.
like, ugh.
Yeah, bro,
and we all dipped out of the house.
No shit.
The time we were in there with me, Bobby, and JL. But
whose washer and dryer was running in this abandoned ass house?
Nobody.
Yeah,
nobody.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That was fucked up.
It fucking 2 a.m. kind of shit.
No, this was in the afternoon, so this was like broad. This is broad daylight, bro.
Yeah.
There was a fun fair going on at the school across the street, and we went over there to fucking smoke down afterwards.
Yeah.
And play around, and dude, for real, like, so you hear it was like someone. If there was someone down there, they caught that jar in midair, held onto it for a second, and then threw it.
Bro,
and then started kicking the washer and dryer down there.
Bro,
that's plausible, man.
Shout out It is plausible. It is plausible.
Because me and Tony had an occasion or two at like houses being built where we scared some neighbor ass kids because we were already there when we heard them, creeping up, and we like pranked them and shit.
This shit wasn't trying to prank nobody, bro. Like we went into this place, bro, and there was a time where it was like you heard it was like if you threw a pair of shoes in the dryer, bro.
Right.
You heard the doom 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 boom, and all of a sudden, bro, underneath our feet, bro, you felt that.
It was shaking.
Boom! Like hey. And that's what we did when Pasquale jumped out that fucking window, bro.
Yeah, so the story that led up to that, then here, we're just fucking talking about it. So now if you guys heard this motherfucker, we're talking paranormal activity. That's good. What led up to that is that when we first started finding out about this house, we're like, all right, hey, like legit, PJ's mom showed us the fucking newspaper article that they found the guy dead in the house after like weeks.
So it was somebody that died there. That's verifiably
supposedly
true.
the dude got frozen in his crib.
He died. They cut off the fucking. They cut off Nipsko and all that shit, and then finally somebody found him. When you walked into the main living room of this, there was a fucking like mark in the carpet where it looked like there was a corpse that had like dissolved.
It's on Union Street.
It was on Union Street, right across the street from Polk School.
On Union.
So me and Kyle were like, "Hey man, fuck that dude. We're not going in there." But the whole gang went in there. Pasquale, Frank Dibb, maybe Jiggy Fresh. I think all. Right?
We were all went in there.
They go in there. As they're getting ready to go downstairs, haunted spot. As they're getting ready to go downstairs, here, mind you, we've never found homeful activity in this house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here they're going down the stairs, and that's the first time that they hear this sound. That's where it's like the washer and dryer, like we're being picked up and slammed together, and shaking the house.
It's too big to be like a house adjusting kind of shit.
No, dude, this was like legit boom, boom, boom.
That don't make sense at all.
They're pouring out of the house. Me and Kyle are across the street with night vision goggles. Kyle had these awesome night vision goggles. When this happens, we see this figure go between these two windows on there, right? Full on fucking shadow apparition, right?
Right.
Everyone
something
comes
moved.
out. Yeah, something moved. So
and nobody else is in there. You know that, and it's like
months go on. We went down to this basement, all this shit before, the jar incident happens, and then months go on. Me and JL actually cleaned up this whole abandoned house. We threw all the trash into the blind spot of the house, which is this kitchen, where if you were gonna sneak through the house, you could sneak one way, and we'd be able to and distract us or some shit. So we covered that whole way, boarded up a bunch of these windows, got tea candles for the house, and we'd come in there and hang out. You know what I'm saying? Listen to music and all that. There was another entrance to the outside, and long ago, someone had took a giant nail and bolted it shut, where it was like through the frame. You couldn't open it.
Yeah, it's not coming open like randomly.
All the windows in that foyer, it was like a mud room, were all broken. So it was just all glass and leaves inside there. Me and Jiggy Fresh and JL are sitting in this fucking place, and definitely we're smoking down, we're talking shit, and this gust. It's. I always paint this picture this way. It was the kind of day where you could, almost like today, you could wear pants and a t-shirt and be totally straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're in this place, dude, and this fucking gust of wind comes in, right? And it blows out not the candles that are closest to the window, all the candles that are on this bookshelf that we have that's built into this house off to the shelf, blows all those candles out. We're like, this foyer area that we said that is bolted shut, has all this glass in it. It sounded like that door went and swung open.
Just banged open real hard.
And you heard the footsteps of the glass and leaves almost, right?
It was crazy.
And then the wind picked up again, and when it blew out, those candles were like, it's time to go, right? We're all like, yeah, it's time to go. So we start walking out. JL's ahead of us. Light comes in from this house that's next door to it, and it comes in through this one way.
Did it prompt him to turn his head and look back at you guys, kind of thing?
No, JL literally looked to the left, took his left, and dipped.
Like,
boom.
Not even fucking around, kind of running.
Just took off. Looked to his left and dipped out of the house. Jiggy's in front of me, basically does the same thing.
Exactly. It inspires that's instinctual. That's like get the fuck out of here reaction kind of shit.
So we get out, we go, we kind of talk about it. Man, some shit definitely happened in the abandoned house, right? So about a couple weeks later, me, Jiggy, and Becky are on a ride smoking blunts. And we're like, we're telling Becky the story. And as we get to the part, I stop and I'm like, Jiggy, tell me what you saw that night. And Jiggy, to the T, describes exactly what I've already told my mom, my sister, my brother, everybody, that we looked over to the side and the silhouette of a man standing there like this with a old man cap on, looking right at us. In between the basement and this bathroom that's right there.
Real shit, bro. That shit was a fucking
see the weirdest thing is if you start diving into spirituality and contrast it with science and everything we know modernly, it's not so out of the realm of possibility with this kind of energy and things that date back to Tesla's thoughts on energy. And
I definitely believe in residual energy, residual memories. That movie Altered States, the guy does ayahuasca to tap into his native, his ancestral
comes out of that chamber all fucking morphed.
And that rift in time, that left a stain in time, we pissed off this guy so many times. And here we were like talking about it. We were talking about the paranormal. We were talking about all that shit. And then all these like crazy things happened. But Jiggy to the T had already described what I had saw. What I told because my mom's super into paranormal. And I told her this. And it was like a month later where Jiggy had said the same thing. I don't know if Jiggy's sipping wine, but he's eating chips so sloppily they're falling all over his face right now, and he keeps muting himself so he doesn't fucking make the crunchy noises. So that's what's up. Hell yeah. We are sipping drinks in this motherfucker.
Oh god.
Today's
speaking of,
Indiana
man,
it's
2 hours. Let me go make a drink or something. I've been fresh out for like an hour and a half.
Bro. Yeah, for sure, dog. Hey man, shout out to Webmaster Baker being in this motherfucker tonight, man.
Anybody in here that's a game fan, you can't tell, but there's M Bison, there's Ryu, and there's Ken. About to straight fucking duke it out.
You guys look behind me here. He also made those shadow boxes of Scorpion and Sub-Zero right here behind me.
There's Kratos and Ren and Stimpy right there too. Fucking
that's
all
Batman
about
and
that
Joker.
LED.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Adam. Shout out to Webmaster Baker. Hey man, if you guys missed it earlier,
I'll be right back.
We will have Beastmaster. Whoa! Hey, did you realize that our next two guests are masters? Like Webmaster Baker
and Beastmaster.
About to have Carnival Spirit and Beastmaster here next weekend, Saturday night. I don't know what time yet. We got to work with him on. Jiggy Fresh disappeared. Look at that! Look at that bunker
like
behind
a ghost.
That bunker behind us.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Catacombs.
Or catacombs.
Hell yeah. We're watching you guys that movie As Above, So Below. We were watching that about the catacombs a couple days ago. That's a good one. But like I said, we'll have Beastmaster on here. Hey, any of the Bender boys want to join us on our web stream tomorrow maybe, or Saturday, or next Friday, let us know. We're going to have Beastmaster on here next Friday. But if George or anybody else wants to get down with us, let us know, man. We'll fucking do some shit, you know what I'm saying? We're all about bringing the guests together now, since we're doing these live streams where we can connect everybody on the StreamYard shit. So if you guys want to jump on, fucking let us know, you know what I'm saying? We'll bring you in here, we'll talk some shit, drink some beers, smoke some blunts together or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my murderous pair. What's going on over there, man?
Not much. I mean,
y'all figure out this Twitch shit yet?
Just about, yeah.
I realized today we can only do 2 things on our StreamYard right now. We can't do 3 because I was gonna stream this on Twitch tonight, but we can only do 2 at a time. But we do want to build that Twitch channel. I think we're gonna buy that Mayday stream so we can stream it on our Twitch channel. Then maybe sometime next week. I'm gonna buy it now, though. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I want to get.
I think if Matt doesn't do
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh. I was gonna say if we have any problems with like Twitch or something like that, then we'll definitely either hop on Mixer or something like that at the very least through Matt's gamer tag too.
Or even just play it on Facebook.
Anything computer related, you guys just paste it in that Discord and hit me up. I have Discord open on like 20 screens at any given time. So
George, let's fucking. We wanted to get Mikey for sure to do some shit. Like we're really still new to the whole fucking online or the live shit, but like we want to get all you guys do this fun shit. We're gonna have Beastmaster Saturday, but if you guys are free like tomorrow, maybe we can do tomorrow for sure. We'll see what Jiggy Fresh is free if we could do tomorrow. You guys free the murderous pair? I mean, shit. We'll get Mikey and
free.
Violent George on this bitch. Do that Family United Not Divided stream in this motherfucker. I like the shit really. It helps keep things normal, you know what I'm saying? Adam, like hanging out with you right now, hearing your voice clear, seeing you there, bro, it's just like it's dope for us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
It keeps the morale going, and I hope it does for you too, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Like shit. Like I'm sitting here going by the title of Webmaster Baker, and the website's not even online.
No, but you're still our webmaster, dog.
I need this right now, like just chilling. Man, like you know, I'm in the thick of what the mission I sent off fucking years ago going to school that actually panned out into something.
Yeah.
To turn on the website is going to require a minimum devotion time that I literally don't have just to keep it flowing. I'm going to circle back to it. Everything is there that literally, if I just apply a new SSL certificate to it, the website will re-exist completely as it was when it left off.
The thing that we're doing on the stream here,
I have time to upkeep this shit.
This will integrate to our website, so we'd be able to go off our website and these other things.
It's there, and I'm going to get it back online, especially because of a reason that I don't want to say right now.
It's all good, dude.
We need to get in person and talk because some shit's changing. But I'm going to come back around to it, man. It just, I'm balls deep in like the biggest opportunity I've ever been given.
We knew this was backseat shit, but we're having fun. We're still doing what we're doing. We fucking we want to get you on more shit like this. When the website is operational and we want you to explain stuff, we can bring you on like this, and you can share your screen, show us all that shit now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what are you drinking right now?
Just some Gentleman Jack and a Coke Zero.
Cheers to that, dog. I'm about to finish up this Rabid Rabbit. This is, if you didn't hear earlier, me and Jiggy Fresh, we're talking about it's Indiana Craft Beer Day with a lot of the breweries struggling right now with this whole fucking Corona shutdown. What?
Can you see this on the door in the wall?
Yeah, what is that?
So, you know the edge of this room, how you come in. I got dumbbells sitting there, and I got up the other night and like half staggered over my sock kind of off my foot.
The website's down because of Carol fucking Baskin? That bitch. No. I'm sorry.
But I clipped and tripped like my foot and went face down, and that's my shoulder and my head. I put a giant ass hole in the wall on my fucking head.
Oh shit! Now I can. Hold on, I'm bringing
and clip that right there.
Look at that shit. Oh yeah, you can definitely see it now.
And like, so I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I had been drinking a little bit, but I wasn't like drunk or anything like that. And I got up to take a piss, and I was playing a game with Tony on Discord and shit. And I woke up, and got up and took a piss, and I was like, I'm pissed. I'm like, why did I wake up? Where the fuck was I? Like, and I'm washing up, you know, at the sink, paying attention to accurate amount of time, you know, scrubbing the hands and blah, blah, blah. And I like ran my head through the back of my head, and I'm like, there's like dust, crumble shit in my hair. And as I'm hitting it, I was like, this is like drywall, and like it's wet and bloody. And I like look down, and there's a fucking hole in the wall, and I'm like, I spazzed out for a second, went like woke Rachel up like, I just put my head through the wall. Like, I'm not even drunk, honey. Just so you know, by the way, I just fucking woke up on the ground. Like, I don't understand what's happening. And I wrapped the towel around my head to stop the blood. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I got in and I sat down and talked to Tony. And
pushed you over.
Tony's like, he's like, I heard a tink and then a crash, which is the exact sound of somebody tripping on a fucking barbell. And he would know, he's a personal trainer.
Fucking that bitch Carol Baskin definitely fucking pushed you over, bro.
That fucking bitch.
Ate shit. Put like a $600 security deposit in the wall.
And that
nice.
And that Tiger King
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, what happened to you? You were just gone. All of a sudden, you just disappeared. And then, and that Tiger King documentary, they never say why he was walking with the cane and has the brace on his leg. But in this podcast I was listening to, it was because he shot himself. And they never show it. But he had shot himself in his leg, and that's why he has that leg brace. And
it's all quiet
with his thing.
Have you ever heard the term?
Jiggy, you can't hear us?
He'll figure it out.
Can you hear us?
You can hear us, I guess.
Can you hear me now?
He's just fucking with us.
I can hear. No, I can literally hear everybody right now.
Yeah, he's just fucking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not fucking with nobody.
Have you heard the term Glock leg?
What were you? Yeah, because there's no safety on the Glock. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a service pistol for policemen and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a common occurrence from drawing at the hip and right to the side of your fucking leg.
I actually
can be fatal
picked up a Glock 17 off the gun truck during all this pandemic.
You can't hear me?
I ain't worried at all, man, because literally all I have to do is turn my hand left and it's on the magnet clip, and I'm just like,
hey. But yeah, I just got it. I almost shot somebody through my door the other day.
What do you got to shoot with?
Glock 17.
Wait, you I thought you were just talking shit for a second.
I just went and got left the gun truck the other day.
Did you see California try to close gun stores?
I just knew I didn't go to the gun store. But some guy. Oh, Jiggy left again. But the other day, some hillbilly came, dude. I heard some voices outside my house, right? And there was just some hillbilly guy pulled up in my driveway and started coming up to my door. So through my door, I was like, "Hey, you're at the wrong house. Get the fuck off my porch." And he was like, "Hey, what do you mean?" And I was like, "Hey, get off my porch or I'm going to shoot you through the fucking door. It's a quarantine. Get the fuck out of here." And he was like, "Hey, fuck you, man." And I was like, "All right, 5, 4, 3. See? And he started getting off the porch, right? So then I opened the door and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my nephew and I thought I was in the wrong place." He's like, "Yeah, well, you're at the fucking wrong place, dude."
See, that's the wrong attitude because you got a gun, bro. I could step off a frame and come back with an arsenal and start talking shit. But you don't do that when you have the capability of doing it, because that gets you in massive legal consequence. Because exactly like transpired, you pointed at the dude and then he stepped further instead of walking down. And at that point, your life could be ruined.
I didn't point a gun at anybody. I just said that.
Yeah, but when you bring that up, it's over. And I'm breaking every code of myself even saying in the eluded manner I just did anything about myself, because you know me, I'm a ghost, man. That's why I'm in YouTube. You're like, who's me? Me. When it confuses people when they look in a comment, they see me and they don't know if that's their profile registering as me.
How'd you do that on YouTube?
Oh, huh?
How'd you do that on YouTube?
Change your profile information, dude. Everything is right there. Just a couple clicks, you know. More and more companies try to hide access to the basic customer portal kind of stuff, but fuck that world. I don't know, man.
So I can just
we touched the top level of conspiracy tonight, because if I had to go into stuff,
you wouldn't dive deep for me. I tried to bait you, go to deep as hard as you could.
You know why though, bro? Because the reality of things that aren't even I said don't believe what you hear. But the reality that I've proven myself goes against all the tenets of political correctness and acceptance and blah, 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 because certain types of people in this world have certain agendas that they work together homogeneously, because they're bonded by a creed, a base, a religion, or whatever the fuck. So when you start pointing those things out, your reality or the truth you're trying to tell becomes invalidated, because you can be labeled as misogynistic, racist, bigoted, homophobic, xenophobic. I
ran a warning on the screen the whole time, and I
got attacked.
I know, but I just wanted you to just go ahead and just lay it all out.
I'm not gonna do that, because I'm not that guy, bro. I might know some realities that are uncomfortable, but I'm not any of that shit.
Out, you know what I'm saying? And then I thought you were gonna sit there backwards, "My name is Zero, and here's what I am here to say." You know what I'm saying? I just figured that's that's where
fucking Dr. Clown.
Dude, people are so corny, bro, and you see right through it. No, fuck that. I'm not trying to put on a show. The more I try to put on an act, the less genuine I feel it. I'd rather be genuine than disingenuous, you know.
Oh, I hear you.
And I said fake word.
Real, recognize real.
Genuous.
Exactly.
But everyone bought it when you said genuous, because
realize, recognize, realize.
They're listening to everything you say. You know what I'm saying? We brought you on here. We labeled you as a cybersecurity expert, so that we could.
Well, what you want to talk about the internet? You want to talk about some weird shit? Correlating to all these open transmission lines.
No, it's scary.
I was seeing weird shit happen in my fucking internet, in my life, in my work. Us being thrown into a fucking disarray because new routes that had previously never been accessed to the open clear web were advertising in our previous customized routes. We're trying to intercept these new nodes and fucking up traffic for the internet worldwide, and it was unprecedented, and it was correlating to all this weird shit going on that says this doesn't just happen, it never just happens, kind of stuff. Which, corroborates whatever the overarching narrative is at the time.
Well, that's, really what this whole show was about. Was to talk about this narrative that they're painting for us, and that everyone has to kind of figure it out themselves. You got to piece it up to yourselves. Don't listen to the fucking main.
Goes back to what I said earlier. It's a soft implementation. It's a trial run to see how it's going to be received before something real happens. But it's happening in our lifetime, the next 2 to 5 years, depending on how this pans out and how the public reacts, which is largely shaped by how our media wants us to react.
So how Lotus Nixon was saying though here over there, she was saying, what do you expect? Is it are we going to the gathering this year?
Probably not, but I hope so.
Don't say that.
It's not up to them. It's up to the states that have closures.
No, we know that. We know it's not up for. We know
it's
not everybody. That's what we're saying. If it's not,
honestly, I'm in the same mentality as Adam here.
Even if it happens,
if I can, I'm ready to go.
Even if it happens, if it happens, you're going.
Yeah, I've got the time. I've got like 30 some odd days I got to spend this year, and I don't know when I'm going to use them.
So they're saying they're saying people are rescheduling their tours for next month. Do you think those are happening?
I don't think July is even a safe bet, but I think
really.
Look. Hold on. Can I ask one question real quick? One question. Yeah. How many of you guys have ever went to the Crown Point fireworks?
They already canceled that shit.
How have you ever went?
Yeah.
You went to Crown Point fireworks?
Anybody in the chat? Look at this map.
Come on.
I never have, and I don't know why everyone was making a big deal about that because nobody goes to fucking Crown Point anyway.
Look at that map. I've been following that for like a month and a half, right?
Screen share us that map.
Screen share it? Yeah. Let me figure this out real quick.
Hey, y'all. I don't know how much longer we're going to be out here. My phone's like 10%.
Or those hiccups are killing you. I don't know, bro.
But
when you
I'm about to die.
All right, Tiggy.
Do you guys see a screen share?
Woo!
Yeah, we got a screen share. I'll bring it up.
So, like a month ago. Now this is fake official documentation. This is the Johns Hopkins University of Medicine and blah blah blah, and it's like the most visually depicted graphic that is perfectly aligned to show you. At a point like a month ago, this was each state in the United States had a single dot. Now look at the United States, but
it's not showing us. It's only showing this your Discord right now, man.
Oh, you're on the wrong screen.
Oh. Yeah, you have to show you the screen. It's only showing us your Discord though.
How about this?
There you go. Yeah. We see it now.
Okay, so at a point like a month ago, this was each state in the United States. There was an epicenter of an outbreak, and it would.
I do got to
like that. Look at it now. I only refresh it every morning when I clock in for work just to see what the up is. Now we do have the most in the world, 275,000, next to Italy's 120,000. Now Italy's 120,000 is actually pretty fucking significant when you consider how condensed those people are.
Yeah, but our population's way larger than that, though, right? And they're
spread out.
Old though, too, right?
So this is actually far from over because.
But ratio speaking,
we haven't gone
just because you keep hiccuping. But I mean,
so check it out.
At any time.
Consider this. This is the current outbreak, right? All these unfilled areas will cycle it through, which will then return everything back to the areas for the people that didn't catch it in the first wave.
Yeah.
And this is where
you get in between those. So all these other spots.
You see this chart down here?
Yeah.
This is a chart of cases. So if you sort it by daily increase through the months, this is through January, through February, through March. Now, at a point, people thought like a couple days ago, because you see this area right here, that it was about to downturn. Then it sharply peaked up. This is right here. What we see now is the equivalent of this in a month. It's the same with like market charts, Bitcoin, crypto charts. This graphic, what we see, looks intimidating, but in a short order, it's going to be this as it's at a higher level. So there's 58,000.
So are those spots over there, like in that actual like middle spot? Are they still going to hit this wave that we've hit then, or what?
here in the United States. So
like off into the Midwest, or farther Midwest, you know,
right. So
these spots, Wyoming, Utah,
these areas are largely
Colorado
rural.
or what? Because Colorado's basically shut down though right now, still anyway, right?
People are spread out here, but in these areas, there are certain epidemics that have come through that have compromised the immune systems of a lot of people.
Okay.
It'll move from the first wave from here out to here. Then it will spread back out from here when all of this over here thinks it's safe. It's going to come back from here and get the people that didn't get in the first wave. And there will be another spike. It's just the nature of transmission. So it's far from over. And because every state is enacting, they just talked about yesterday, making it official like nationwide, every state and every governor needs to comply with shutting things down. There are states that have already, like, they're 6 days away from being done with their quarantine, but other states that haven't even started. Yeah. And when that happens, you know, it's gonna come back around for a second turn, kind of thing. So it's far from over, and the reaction to it is going to keep increasing as it extends for longer and longer. And guarantee people are going to bilk this. Politicians, from the local all the way to the national level, are going to bilk the fuck out of this to push their own agendas that they can get rich off of.
Yeah, and it's gonna last 4 months. You know,
10 million people lost their jobs in 2 weeks.
Yeah, man.
You know, the Great Depression was 28% fucking unemployment rate. We're at 32.
We keep talking this shit, man. Last 4 months ago, everyone's like, "Oh, I can't wait till 2020, Roaring 20s, Gatsby parties." No, bitch, we got the fucking plague. We got fucking the Great Depression. Bars are closed.
I read an article last night that talked about, damn it, I forget the word. It's meteorological weather.
I just want to say right now, I'm about to bounce out because my phone's about to die. And I'm about to cut out on you guys.
All right, dog.
All right, homie. Much love, bro.
We'll talk to you later,
you guys,
brother.
man. Much love.
Hell yeah.
Peace, Jiggy.
Get rid of those hiccups, dog. Hell yeah.
Well, at any rate, what I was reading was that there's four giant, like, bigger than the last reported hurricanes en route to hit you know, the coastal United States. So we got famine from locust in Africa. We've got nationwide pandemic or pestilence. We've got nature plus Yellowstone. Apparently a piece of Yellowstone the size of Ohio is pulsating.
Oh, so it's ready to fucking erupt then, you know.
And if Yellowstone goes, that puts to rest the best laid plans of any conspiracy.
I've been studying Yellowstone for years. I've been studying Yellowstone for years. That's the whole reason why I went to IUN for geology for a while.
I'd almost prefer that to some fucking global conspiracy of like population control and depopulation, because at least then it says those fuckers didn't get their end game. Like Mother Earth was like, eat ass. Like,
I'd rather have them have as much control as we do then, you know what I'm saying? Where
exactly.
Yeah, but the thing is if you think about it, look at the mask shortage that we have now from just a fucking virus in comparison to if Yellowstone popped, everybody would need a fucking mask.
Hey, there's plenty of them, but they're just not for us, you know what I'm saying? Because we're the fucking peons, we're the expendables, you know?
That's the last thing I
Not the right kind of mask that we'd need.
I thought about getting a couple respirator type quality masks, and that's the last thing I never got, other than body armor.
More so,
like, what the fuck do you need body armor for? In case I ever need body armor, I want to have body armor. Like, I always bought armor in games.
Oh, I was about to say body armor is delicious.
Well, I always upgrade my character in fucking games. I'm not gonna not buy armor if I can. Like, what do you need armor for? You can get shot? Hell no, I'm not the kind of person that shoots at people or gets shot at. But if I needed armor, I'd want to feel safe that I have armor that don't just stop a sword.
No, I hear that.
I got a buddy of mine that makes chainmail and scale mail.
Scale mail. Snail mail.
I got another buddy that makes leather gear too.
The reality is you want like level 3 plate carriers that could stop like at least a 40, 45 at like 15 yards. I don't know about 15 yards.
Yeah.
But still, you get my point. Like, it's expensive. It's like a couple grand for like an actual piece of body armor. And yet, fucking John Wick armor is a real thing. Like suits with proper polymer shit sewn into it it ain't gonna stop you from getting knocked on your ass and have a giant bruise, but a bullet is not penetrating this thing to then put a hole inside of you. It's just going to stop against you and fucking hurt.
You got some of that stuff?
I don't have any of it. No, hell no. Like that shit's expensive. Like guns aren't even expensive next to like armor and stuff. Fuck, a couple $1,000 just for like peace of mind, right? Bare minimum peace of mind kind of thing.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out again to everybody who tuned in tonight. This has been about a 3-hour web show for all you guys. I think we're going to come back with some special guests throughout the rest of the weekend. Adam Baker, webmaster of the motherfucking TeamMUJ. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. We definitely appreciate it. Shout out to the murderous pair over there. This quarantine and beaming shit, man. You know, we just got to do it every week for you guys. We appreciate everybody who tunes in. I think we're going to wrap it up for the night. You know, shout out to everybody who did tune in all night. Shout out to all of our guests who are lined up. Next weekend, we'll have Beastmaster. But I think over this weekend, we're going to have some surprise special guests. So we'll get in contact with Bender Boys, Mikey Sears, Violent George, and all that shit. But otherwise, Webmaster Baker, man, thank you for coming in.
Yeah. A good time, man, for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. Get a hold of me, man. It was good talking to you. We're going to go.
All right.
All right?
For sure. You guys take care. Everybody, good night.
All right, for sure, brother. Matt Murderous, Lewis Nixon, much motherfucking love. Hell yeah, you guys be easy.
You too, bro. Be safe.
Hell yeah, maybe we'll do this again tomorrow or whatever, man. Let me know if you guys need any help with that Twitch or anything. Just get a hold of me. Much motherfucking love. Again, everybody who tuned in. We are TeamMUJ. I'm Bobby Blaze. Delay.
I'm Matt Murderous.
Lotus Nixon.
Hell yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Much motherfucking love. Shout out to everybody, fucking Rachel Rave, Looney, fucking Pink Malenko, James Fiend, everybody who tuned in tonight, Kenny, fucking all that. We fucking love you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Thunderbolt Boys.
Bye, world.
Peace out.